Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Happy Saturday, my brothers and sisters. Happy Saturday, my sistren, my people, my people. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, please come in. Please come in. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all are doing well. Yes, 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 yes. Y'all got to tell me what's going on with you. You got to tell me what's going on with you. See, okay. Yeah, what's going on with you? Okay. All right. Let me say hi to everyone. Hello, D Dub. She said, "Good evening from the bushes, Q and Chow." Now, why you in the bushes? Don't hide in the bushes. Come on out the bushes, girl. Hey, Sleepy B. Hey, Alikia. Now, Alikia, why y'all in the bushes? Y'all need to come out of the bushes. Please come out of the bushes. Please come out of the bushes. I don't like y'all hiding. Hey, Isis. Okay, so I got two of y'all in the bushes and one of y'all in the clouds. Two people are in the bushes and one person is in the clouds. Okay. My starry eyed. Okay. See, it's too many y'all in the bushes and in the clouds. But I get it. Y'all got things to do. She's blow drying her dog and listening from the clouds. Starry eyed said to hit the like on your way in. Yes, please do. Please do. I appreciate that. Aliki is cleaning up. Hey Donna. Okay. I guess I'm just the only person that's just here. Like not doing anything. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Because y'all in the bushes, y'all cleaning, y'all washing the dog, y'all, in the clouds, y'all in the bushes, y'all, all of the things. All the things. She's in the clouds playing Sims 4. Okay, y'all got things to do. Okay, I ain't mad at it. She laying down with the foot massager. Listen. Okay, y'all got things to do. D Dub out here ironing. Y'all really have things to do. Okay, I guess am I the only person that's okay? Okay, okay, cool, 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 cool. You say y'all listening though. Okay, okay, listen. Was everybody here? Everyone that's here now, were you here for the last stream when Spirit said that Gucci Man's wife is a spiritual worker witch? Okay. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that was a chat and chill live stream, but Fuzzy was being messy. Our good sis Fuzzy Sparrows was being messy, and I think Sleepy B brought up the interview, and Fuzzy asked, Fuzzy told me, asked me to get the cards, and the card said she's a spiritual worker. So I said, okay, yeah. Donna said, "Oh, I've been knew that from someone else readings on it." Yeah, listen. First of all, I didn't even know about the interview. I did not know about the interview because I don't care about these people. So I knew nothing about the interview. I don't listen to Steve Harvey or Breakfast Club or Charlemagne. I don't listen to them. They are not um they are not worthy of my time and energy. So I don't listen to them, right? I don't listen to them. It just be too much clown shit going on. So I don't listen to them. So I didn't even know about the interview. I did not even know about the interview. But yeah, Spirit told. Spirit said yes. Yes. Uh-huh. Hey, Sian. Hey, CM1. Donna said, honestly, she gives witch when the few times I heard her speak. I had never seen this woman before a day in my life. Never saw the woman a day before in my life. I never knew she existed. I didn't even know Gucci was married. That is how much I am disconnected from a lot of community stuff. And I say that as respectfully as I can. I honestly I forgot Gucci Man was still alive. If I'm being honest, I forgot he was still alive. I didn't know he was married. I had no clue. I don't know. I really don't care about these people. But y'all knew. So like I said, Spirit said she a witch. So like I said, these people are not worth my time. I don't deal in community BS. Um, didn't know these people were alive. Didn't know they were alive. None of them. None of them are adding to my bag. So I really don't care. And that's just being real. That's just being real. So we are gathered here this evening, and I'm going to ask you who are here. What y'all want me to break out the cards and y'all ask some questions about this? Because I will say this. I think I said it the other day. There are people who have mental illnesses who, really need to follow their doctor's recommendations, take their medicines, do whatever it is they need to do to be as healthy as possible. Um, I did watch like 15 minutes of the interview. I was watching it not too long ago. I was about 30 minutes in. And what I did see from being about 30 minutes in, um, she's definitely giving Handler. She's definitely giving Handler. This is just my opinion. Is definitely giving Handler um the times that she speaks for him. Definitely giving Handler, but Spirit said she was a witch. So I can definitely see the level of control, if that makes sense. I can see the level of control. Um, I can see the level of control there. Just like I said, from what I watched of it. Yeah, I'm 27 minutes in just from what I watched. Yeah, I definitely see the level of control there. So let me go ahead and do a little poll real quick. And I'm gonna see what y'all want to do with this because yeah, that's a lot. And like I said, I have family members that do have mental illnesses and they really should be taking their medicine, but they refuse not to. So unless you are just committing someone to the hospital, it's really going to be a decision on them. Um, I will say this, Mr. Hoodoo's line brother, and this is not Mr. Hoodoo has a line brother who has um bouts of depression, and I have seen them do the um we're staging an intervention, we're kidnapping him and taking him to the hospital. So I have seen that in action. I have absolutely seen that in action, right? So I say that to say, mental illness is absolutely real. But yeah, and looking at her, it's definitely giving Handler. It's giving Handler. It's giving Handler. Um so it's interesting. So is that what y'all want to do? Do y'all want me to pull cards on this? Do y'all want me to pull more cards on this? Let me know. Put a 1 in the chat if yes, you want me to pull some cards on this and we just get down to it like this. 2, if you're suggesting something else. Because this is something that you all wanted. This is something that you all wanted. And I'm feeling good right now because I had some free food today. It was quite lovely. Some food that neither I nor Mr. Hoodoo had to pay for. So I had some free food today. I'm feeling good. Was playing Uno with Mr. Hoodoo, stomped his ass. 4 games out of the 5, stomped the shit out of him in Uno. Had free food today. Slept in this morning. I'm having a really good day. So put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you want me to pull some cards on this situation, if this is going to be a tarot reading, card pulling situation, or put a 2 in the chat if you'd like it to be something else. But if you choose something else, you have to explain what that something else is. Okay? So, you know, um, yeah, I had a good day today. I had a really good day today. I had a really good day today. Yes, period. Yes, period. 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 Okay, I only see a few of y'all, so y'all gonna have to come out of the bushes and type something. Okay, D Dub says she wants Eclectic Tarot After Dark. She wants Q After Dark. That's what she said she want. Adidas Queen says tarot. Erica J says tarot. I'm happy for you too, girl. If that's gonna help you, I'm happy for you. So yeah, y'all need to get to typing on y'all keyboards. Y'all need to get to typing on y'all keyboards. So let me see. I'm about to tally and take these notes real quick. I got and I'm so sorry that where I am right now, it is literally not too far from social services, so there's a lot of noise in the background. Okay, let me see. 1, 2. Yes, girl, I hear you. Okay, yeah. Okay, so we have 4 for tarot. We have 2 for Eclectic Tarot After Dark. So if you are hearing in the bushes, I advise you to make your voice and your vote heard now. 1 in the chat for tarot, 2 in the chat for Eclectic Tarot After Dark. Okay, I'm gonna give y'all like another minute or so. Side note, I started watching Halo on Netflix last night. Let me tell y'all, I was in so much pain last night. Not in pain, but I was just tired. I was tired because this past week I have been doing like 50 minutes worth of HIIT exercise with weights. So it finally caught up to me. So in order to make myself feel better last night, I heated up some Popeyes chicken and a Popeyes biscuit, okay, with some strawberry jam and a honey packet. And I sat in bed and I ate my Popeyes chicken breast and Popeyes biscuit, and I started watching Halo last night on Netflix. So, the Popeyes has healed me. So, and I never played Halo. I never played Halo, but now I'm curious, and I'm just like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch some Halo gameplay. So I'm actually enjoying it right now. I will say that I'm so happy that season 3 of The Diplomat is on Netflix because, baby, season 1 and season 2 of The Diplomat had me in a chokehold. I'm glad that season 3 is out. So when I get off with y'all, I'm going to get into season 3 of Diplomat. Okay. So yeah. Yes. PS5. Yes. Halo. And it's like 3 or 4 seasons of it on Netflix. I'm on like season 1, episode 5. So I always love me a good sci-fi adventure, but it's based off the video game, so it's quite interesting. Girl, you better get you a VPN. Get you a VPN. Okay, I don't see y'all putting y'all votes in this here chat. Y'all talking to me. CN1, I don't see your vote. Is your vote one for Taro on Gucci Mane and his wife, or is it two for Eclectic Tarot After Dark? But I think I know what I'm gonna do. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Not you talking about 12. Yeah. Listen, if you have not if you like political dramas, if you like political dramas, definitely watch The Diplomat on Netflix. Um season 3 is out, so you can just go season 1, season 2, season 3. I absolutely loved love The Diplomat. Love The Diplomat. Some of my listen, Carrie, old girl who played what was her what was that anyway, the main character, the chick in The Diplomat, she's actually really good in that. She's really good in it. So she's really good. So Mr. Hoodoo is at work. So as soon as I get off with y'all, I'm going back to Netflix, baby. You put 2 After Dark. I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Okay, there it is. It said that's awesome. 2 After Dark. Okay, so I got 3. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is what I figured out I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do like 30 minutes of tarot reading, and then we can get into like After Dark. Okay. Um, yeah. I'm gonna do about 30 minutes of looking into this, and then we can get into some Q After Dark. So for those of you who want Q After Dark, you better get your questions, comments, and or concerns together. So when we do Q After Dark, I can address them and just be real and straight up with y'all. There will be swear words. I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay. All right. So, okay. Okay. So, let me get these cards. Put my cards in my bag. Put my cards in my bag. It's so funny because every time I go through the airport and like my cards are in my carry-on bag, every time I go through the airport, I just never know if people are gonna like if when you go through TSA security, I never know if they're just like gonna choose me for um choose me for a random search. And like my cards are always in my bag. I always travel with my cards. So last time I was traveling, not this trip, but the trip before that, oh, my bag went off and it needed further scanning in the airport. And the man opened up the pouch and them tarot cards was sitting there. And I'm looking at him and he looking at me. It was like that meme with Diddy and that guy where they're just staring at each other. I'm staring at him, he's staring at me, and I'm looking at him like, what? I was just looking at him. They're tarot cards. I was just looking at the man. Okay, then I went on about my way. But yeah, I always travel with my cards. Always travel with my cards. Always travel with my cards. Yeah, like I said, he was looking. He opened up my, my little book bag, and I had him in a little pouch or whatever. So he looking at the cards, looking at I'm looking at him like can we be done? So I can get to my gate. So we just look, he just looking. He ain't never seen such a thing before. I think he figured out it was good for him to just look and just let me go about my way. I think he figured it out. I think he figured it out. So I think he figured it out. All right, y'all. That sushi was good. I had sushi and a bowl of ramen. It was so good. Baby, pretty much. Pretty much. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. That's exactly what happened. That is absolutely what happened. Okay. When he looked at me, I looked at him. It's never as funny as the time that Mr. Hoodoo said some lady was trying to hit on him, and he told her like, "You probably don't want to do that because my wife is a witch." So that was funny. That was funny. He told that woman, "Ma'am, you in danger. You might want to leave me alone. My wife is a witch." Listen, I'm over here witching us, getting us his money, and that's all I can say. But yeah, he told her that. I ain't telling him to tell her that, but you know, that's what he told her. So listen, Mr. Hoodoo is tall. Okay, I know the ladies want um I know a lot of the ladies want a tall 6 foot or taller man. Mr. Hoodoo is 6 foot 4.5. We just gonna round it up to 6'5". Mr. Hoodoo is 6 foot 4.5. Okay. He's dark skinned. He has a beard that connects. Okay. He has a beard that connects. Okay. He does not have a struggle beard. He has a beard that actually connects. Okay. He looks good in whatever color he puts on. Okay. And he's good looking. So the women's of all colors be in his face. Okay, they be in his face. But you know, like he said, the last lady that tried to pick him up, you know, he told her like my wife is a witch, so yikes. Yikes on bikes. Um yikes on bikes. He really did. Not sure I would have spit y'all drink out laughing. Yeah. Donna says, honestly, though, on a serious note, he sounds like he deeply appreciates and loves your spiritual work, and I'm glad he does that for you and appreciates you. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm gonna have to tell you all the time. So yeah, we're gonna get into Q after dark after we finish. You know, we're gonna take about 30 minutes to get into tarot reading about Gucci Mane, about the Gucci Mane situation, and then we're gonna get into Q after dark, and I'm gonna have to tell you all the story of quote unquote when I came out of the witch broom closet. I'm gonna have to tell y'all the story. I'm gonna have to tell y'all the story of what happened um, with Mr. Hoodoo and I, because it was interesting. It was interesting. It was interesting. So yeah, I'm gonna have to tell y'all the story. So what we're doing right now it is 5:33 p.m. At least that is what my computer says 5:33 p.m. So we're gonna go until about 5 minutes after the hour for questions on Gucci Mane and Spirit saying that his wife is a witch. And then we're going to transition from that into Eclectic Tarot After Dark. Well, where I'm going to tell stories. You're going to ask your questions. You know, we might get a little graphic depending on how we get into things this evening. But you know, I just want you all to enjoy. I don't like that. So remember to put a question. Let me see if I can get this over here some more. Put a question in the chat, but when you put your question in the chat, I want you to put a crystal ball or a purple heart by your question so that I can distinguish it from just the regular chatter in the chat. Let me get my iPad so I can open it up and follow your questions along that way. So I'm gonna be right back. Let me grab my iPad. Okay, let me get my iPad. Let me turn this all the way down so I won't hear myself. All right, I got my trusty iPad. Let me go to myself. Let me go to myself. Let me see a channel. Okay. So now I can see what y'all talking about in here. All messages. Let me do this. Um, Let me do this. Yeah, let's do 5. Okay. So perfect, perfect, perfect. Let me go to the chat. All right, we are good. Chat. All messages. Okay. Remember to put a purple heart or a purple crystal ball by your question so that I know that you are asking a question. Hey, Fuzzy. Okay, so Fuzzy, what we're doing is we're gonna have 30 minutes of asking questions about Gucci Mane and his wife, and then we're gonna transition into Q after dark, where I'm gonna tell some stories. People gonna ask me some questions. It's gonna be after dark type things. Okay. Okay. So the first question is from Hella Regular Ass B, aka Sleepy B. And she asked, did Gucci Mane really expire in 2015? Okay. Okay, y'all. Let's did the man expire? Fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Did he expire? What is y'all talking about? Y'all definitely have some questions. Y'all have some interesting questions. Did he expire in 2015? The answer is no. The answer is no. Let me pull these back so y'all can see these cards. The answer is no, but mentally he changed. Something about him changed. It was almost like he, excuse me, something about him changed, and it was just like he couldn't move forward. He couldn't move forward and he didn't have control. So whatever strength, whatever fortitude he had as a person in 2015, that changed for him. And yeah, so it changed here. This is something changed for him mentally. Now, I don't know anything about his mental health situation. I don't know anything about any of that, but I will say that answering this question, something changed for him. And I think it was something mentally that changed for him in 2015. The control that he had, or the way that he was moving forward with his life, that was stopped. That stopped. And he just didn't have major control. He didn't have major control. Let me see what Spirit wants to say about this. Yeah. Yeah, he was in a position where he was, I don't want to say caught up, but it was very transformational for him. See, this is the Hanged Man right here. And the Hanged Man aligns with Pisces energy. Pisces is mutable. Pisces is that depth, that deepness, that there's magic there, but it's very, very transformational. It's putting yourself in a position where things have to change, even if it's not what you want to do. So whatever happened to him in 2015, like I said, I don't know if it was mental health issues or whatnot, but he was not the same Gucci that he was. He was not the same Gucci that he was. So, um, yeah, yeah. Okay, so the next question is from Starry Eyed. And Starry Eyed asks, did Gucci's problematic past contribute to his condition? That's a good question. That's a good question. That is a good question. And again, I was watching the interview and someone was asking him what kinds of things triggers episodes for him, and he definitely said in the interview that his relationship with his mother absolutely can do that. Um so that's definitely getting into past, right? But um let's see what spirit has to say about it. Let's see what spirit has to say about it. Did his problematic past contribute to his condition? I mean, yeah. Let's see. So let me pull these back so y'all can see. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know how he grew up. I don't know what his relationship with his family was growing up, but we definitely have some drug use here. We have some drug use here. This is mixing. Remember I told you all the other day when this card came up. This can absolutely be drug use and mental health issues. So we have the mental health issues, growing mental health issues. I don't know what his family relationship, was for him growing up. I don't know if he felt loved or if he got the love that he needed, right? Because, children should be loved and cared for, and they should know that they are loved and they are cared for, right? But I kind of feel like, and you all have to tell me, did he grow up? Do you know if he grew up poor or did he grow up, um, like a middle class family? Those of you who know, um, do any of you know if he grew up poor, if he grew up like middle class or whatnot? Go ahead and put it in the chat because I'm seeing like lack of resources or like a woman with lack of resources. So you all have to tell me if he was, those of you who know anything about his life. Um, okay, CN1 says very impoverished. So CN1 is saying he grew up very impoverished. So with what I'm looking at here, a woman with lack of financial resources could be his mother. Okay, so growing up in a household where there was lack of financial resources, drug use, and not really knowing if he was loved or feeling the love or getting the love and care that he needs. So, to answer this question, does his problematic past, things that he didn't have any control of, except for drug use, right? You don't have to take drugs. Okay, you don't have to do lean or pop pills or whatever. You don't have to. I know a lot of people with mental health issues do, but so to answer the question, yes. To answer the question, the answer is yes. Okay. To answer the question is the answer is yes. So, okay, so the next question is from Starry Eyed. She asks, is is his wife's spell work wearing off or could Gucci be coming out of? That's a good question. Okay. Okay, Starry Eyed. Okay, I see it. Yeah. So yeah, answering that question before about his past contributing to his condition, absolutely. We just saw it. Mother with lack of financial resources. Okay. As much as they don't want to admit it, we need financial resources to live a safe, productive life where you have what you need. So, mother not having the resources that she needed to raise a family or raise her children, mental health issues and drug use, as well as lack of love or lack of care from the family. Absolutely, absolutely contributed. Okay. So Starry Eyed asks, is the spell work when let's see. Now, those of you who know that you have to keep doing that spiritual work, you have to keep doing that spiritual work. Okay? So, it's not one spell, one time, depending on the situation. Okay, let's get into this. So I'm answering the first part of this question. Is her spell work allegedly wearing off? Huh. Interesting. Okay, I'm getting into it. I'm getting into it. Oh my goodness, how can I say this? Um, it's not necessarily the spell work coming off. It is, oh goodness, how do I say this? How do I say this? Um, it's not that the spell work, the alleged spell work is wearing off. It's more of um her making sure that she is the person that's there. Um it's her she makes sure that their relationship is what fills his time, passes his time, right? Um well, okay, so you know, like how you hear situations of like some men who keep women away from friends and family to keep them sheltered, to keep, so that they can maintain influence. That's what this is. That's what this is. It's maintaining the influence over him through their marriage. See, people who are smart enough and know what they're doing will make sure that they set themselves up in a position that has meaning to it, right? Okay. Marriage is supposed to have meaning. The title of husband and wife is supposed to have meaning. So she allegedly, everything is hearsay, this is entertainment only. She made sure that she set herself up in a position of importance, like wife and mother to children, so that she and the family is the main orb of influence on him. So it's not necessarily that the spell work is wearing off, it's she makes sure that the orb of influence and the influence that she has, it's there every day, right? Um, it's there every day. Now, she does keep him stable. She does keep him stable, but part of her keeping him stable is part of the control. Does that make sense? Part of her keeping him stable is part of the control. She controls, right? I saw in the interview where she said something along the lines of she will take his phone, change the password, and delete Twitter, delete Instagram, delete these things so that he can't, say something weird, say something strange, or start cussing people out or whatever. You have to understand how people. Okay. For those of you who are old enough to do y'all remember? Do y'all remember the movie, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? The hand that rocks the cradle rules the world. She makes sure that she has the reins. Okay. She has put herself allegedly in a position of power, whereas other people won't see anything wrong with what she does because she is what? His wife. Okay. Okay. So This it's not wearing off. This is something that she has to maintain, and she maintains it through title. Okay. She maintains the power through title. Um, and part of what makes it in a situation like this, what makes it easy to put that control out there is because he does have mental issues, right? Someone who has mental issues, right? Discerning what's real, what's not real. Okay. And then he has his partner who helps him, okay, remain stable. Listen, that's a good setup right there. That's a good setup. Okay. So or is he coming out of it? No. She maintains. She maintains. He's not coming out of. She maintains. Okay, so Starry Eyed has the next question again, and she asks, "Is he in the sunken place?" Right. Remember, I want you all to remember, right? Understand that if people say they saw something weird, or they say they saw a ghost, or they say they saw a spirit, or they say something weird happened to them, what do they say? You sound like what? You sound like you're crazy. Okay. Mental illness in the United States, people still see it as people are crazy and they're not in their sound mind. So for people who are under the control of magic who have mental illnesses, if they're saying something out of line, people are just going to chalk it up to mental illness and not necessarily that somebody is actually doing something. It's actually quite a good setup. It's actually quite a good setup. So it's actually quite a good setup. Oh, he's an Aquarius too? February 12th? Oh, he's an Aquarius sun? Oh yeah. Okay. 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 Is he in the sunken place? Let's see. Mm, no, he's not in the sunken place. He's just under her power. He's under her control. He's not in the sunken place. He's not in the sunken place. He's just under her control. Hmm. Okay. So the next question is from Donna, and she asks, "Is Gucci Man salty about Nicki Minaj rejecting him?" Now, why y'all gonna come bring um Onika into this? Onika allegedly needs to stop with these crackerjack box ass spells because it's not working, boo. It's not working. It's not working, boo. It wouldn't surprise me if her man put a root on her. It wouldn't shock me because ain't no way you out here being this fucking dumb marrying a PDF. No, he's not. No, he's not. He realizes it was a good business decision. No, he's not. Nope. 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 Mm, okay. The next question. Okay, so this is the next question. It's also from Donna. And Donna asks, "Is Gucci's mental health issues 100% natural, or is Keisha's magic allegedly semi-responsible?" Okay, let's see what Spirit has to say. See, let me tell y'all. Let me tell you how much of Onika needs some help and to stop playing with magic. She's the type that if her and Gucci did get together, okay, she would be the type to have a side nigga, and she'd be giving Gucci's money to the side nigga. Okay, probably the nigga that she with now. Okay, um, now it was good. It was good. It was good that they didn't. Okay, because I'm sorry. Onika gives chicken head. She gives chicken head. She gives chicken head. So this is just my spiritual opinion that she's a chicken head. But yeah. So you know, yeah. If they would have got together, she would have had the side nigga, and she would have been giving the side nigga Gucci's money because she's a fucking chicken head. Um, that is my spiritual opinion. Okay. Um, hmm. Let me answer this question. Okay. Go ahead. Put a chicken in the chat if you think that if it is of your opinion that Onika is a chicken head. I just want to see how many of y'all think she a chicken head. I'm curious. I'm curious. Oh, Miss Aries Save Live said chicken, chicken, chicken head. Okay, girl. Okay, so answering this question. Okay, y'all think she a chicken head. Okay. Starry Eyes said chicken, chicken. Okay, so she a chicken. Okay. I'm glad it's not just me. It's because she's definitely giving chicken head. She definitely gives chicken head, and it don't have to be that way. But she just got some poultry DNA. I don't know which one of her family members got some, is part chicken, you know, but she definitely got some poultry DNA. Okay. But answering this question, is Gucci's mental health issues, are his mental health issues 100% natural? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. There is some it is natural. It is natural, but right now, how do I say this? Right now he's not in an energetically fair situation. It is natural, but energetically, like the situation that he's in right now, this is not all I'm gonna say is justice for Gucci. Justice for Gucci, because the situation that he's in right now is not right. The situation he's in right now is not right. Um, honestly, as far as this situation goes, free Gucci. Free Gucci. Yeah, it's handler. It's definitely giving handler. It's handler. Um, you know, so yes, it's natural, but this is she's definitely I mean, did you all hear in the interview that she says she's his power of attorney? Okay, so that's legal affairs, monetary affairs. So not only is she wife, she's also power of attorney. Okay. I had power of attorney over our affairs when Mr. Hoodoo worked overseas, but that was because he worked overseas in a war zone. Mr. Hoodoo used to work in Iraq and Afghanistan when those wars were going on. So I had power of attorney over everything in case something happened to him, because when you're at a military base that's getting bombed, okay, things can happen. Okay, and he was at military bases that got bombed, and some of those soldiers and NATO soldiers and stuff didn't make it. So we did have a power of attorney set up. But as soon as he came back, it was dissolved. So understanding she free Gucci. Free Gucci. That's all I can say. Free Gucci. Free Gucci. Okay. So let me see. The next question is we're only gonna get like a couple more questions in, and then it's gonna be time for Q after dark. So but that was a good question. That was a good question. Definitely some handler. It's not, so answering the question, Starry Eye, is it medical abuse? No, not necessarily medical abuse, but when you set yourself up in a way to where you have total control, and then someone has a mental health, your partner has a mental health issue, if they go off the rails, people are going to be looking at, people are going to be looking at you. Right. So this is a manufactured, she manufactured her way, allegedly, this is all, but she manufactured her way into to have power and control. So, I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so next question is from Donna. Donna S. Is she planning to spiritually go after Nikki? Ooh, listen. That's a good question. That's a good question. I didn't get through all of it, so I didn't hear her spaz off. But let me pull these cards down so y'all can see them. Oh, child. So we got the Queen of Wands right here. This person is definitely, the Queen of Wands is absolutely a magician. The Queen of Wands is absolutely a magician. I wonder when is her birthday? Can someone look up his wife's birthday if you can find it? Something tells me that she has some fire placements. I would love to get my hands on her chart, just to be nosy. But yeah, I kind of feel like she has some prominent fire placements. That's just me. I don't have her chart, but something tells me that yeah, that's just me. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't have her chart, but it's giving fire. It's giving fire. Okay, so is she planning to? I don't know, girl. Ooh, we got two witches here. We have two witches here. We have the Queen of Wands, and we got the High Priestess, baby. Y'all see that? Queen of Wands and High Priestess. Ooh, wait. I know somebody in danger. Somebody in danger. Somebody is in danger. So whose birthday is December 8th, 1982? Whose birthday is that? Whose birthday is December 8th, 1982? Because I'm looking over here at my iPad, looking at the chat. Who birthday is that? Whose birthday is December 8th, 1982? Because I'm seeing two dates in this chat. I'm seeing January 10th and I'm seeing December 8th. So y'all got to tell me. Listen, is she planning to spiritually go after Nikki? It's definitely possible. So who's okay? Y'all got to differentiate because y'all just put names in the chat. Put the name next to the birth date so I know exactly who is who. So I know exactly who is who. Listen. All I'm gonna say is, Nikki, don't make that woman mad because you might be in danger. Is she planning to go after? No. Is there a potential to go after? Yes. Donna says she be lying. about her age, so we don't know. Okay, Natasha says Keisha is a Capricorn. Okay, so Capricorn placements. Nikki's is okay, so Nikki is a Sagittarius. Nikki. Lord Nikki. I gotta look at Nikki's chart. I gotta find Nikki's chart. I gotta find Nikki's chart. Cause she just be doing too much airhead shit for me. She just be doing too much airhead shit for me. And I'm just like, girl, why are you a chicken head? You know what? I might make that the title of my video whenever I look at Nikki's chart. Something along the lines of, is Nicki Minaj astrologically a chicken head? You know, something like that. Um, something like that. Because I just don't believe that. Do the stars say that she's a chicken head? Find out more on the next episode of Eclectic. Like for real, because like it gives chicken. It gives chicken head. It gives chicken head. And I need to see if I need to see if the alleged drug problems are in there too, because you can't be a drug head and a chicken head. You can't be a druggie and a chicken head. You cannot be an alleged druggie and a chicken head. It's the shit just don't work out. Okay, it just don't work. Okay, it just don't work out. Okay, Starry Eye said her date was for Keisha. Okay, so Keisha's date is January 10th. Okay, that's Capricorn. That's not Aquarius yet. That's Capricorn Sun. Right, you can't be an alleged drug head and a chicken head. You But anywho, answering this question from Donna, is Keisha planning to spiritually go? No, I don't see it here, but she definitely has the potential to and it's so funny because seeing these two here opposite each other. Listen, these two witches right here. Listen, if I'm gonna put money on it, I'm putting money on Keisha. Because baby. Okay, I'm gonna answer one more question and then we're gonna transition to Eclectic Tarot After Dark. I'm gonna answer one more question. Yeah, baby. See, now y'all gonna make me. Okay, I got date day tomorrow with babe. You know, we're gonna like lay in bed. We're gonna Netflix and chill. Wink, wink, wink. And then we're going to the movies and dinner. But yeah, I'm gonna find Nikki chart, baby. I'm gonna find it as best as I can. Because there is no way. There is no way you can be a druggie and a lead druggie and a fucking chicken head. Anyway, I'm gonna answer one more question and then that's it. And then we're gonna transition to Q After Dark. Okay, I'm not seeing no more questions. So I'm not seeing any more questions. So yeah, I don't see any more questions. So we are about to transition into, we're transitioning into Q After Dark. We're transitioning into Q After Dark. But yeah, that was just a little bit on Gucci and his wife. It's giving handler. Okay. This is someone who, okay. This is someone who structured, who set things up. Okay. Okay. So, you know, it is what it is. Okay, we're about to transition to Q After Dark. I'm about to turn this camera off. We're going into Q After Dark. Because listen, baby, it's listen. All I know is Spirit said it. Okay. Spirit said it. And that's what Spirit said. Listen, this is not Nikki versus the industry. It's not Nikki versus the industry. Nikki needs to get her shit together. And whatever magic she allegedly doing, I honestly think that I honestly think that I honestly think that she thinks she's a spiritual worker. Um, but I honestly think it's just other people around her. So I don't know. I don't know, baby, but yeah, she need to get on whatever everybody else is doing. That's what Nikki need to get on. Because baby, yo crackerjack magic ain't working, baby. Yeah. It's listen, because ain't no way be running up my damn money and shit. And listen, like even Mr. Hoodoo says she's fucking stupid. Even Mr. Hoodoo says she's stupid. Like he's just like she fucking stupid. She married that guy. I'm just like, yeah. If he calls you stupid, yeah, you stupid. You know, Mr. Hoodoo is nicer than I am. Mr. Hoodoo will be like, well, he like to give people the benefit of the doubt. And I just be like, yeah, okay. So if he says she's fucking stupid, and that's literally what he said she fucking stupid, then baby, you stupid. You stupid. Um and then girl, you stupid. Yeah, definitely some handler. Definitely some it's giving handler. It's yeah, it's giving handler. Right. You gotta pick a struggle. Nikki may have Scorpio mean. Yeah, that's tomorrow. Tomorrow, I will not be on YouTube tomorrow. We laying in bed. It's supposed to be raining, and then we're going for dinner and a movie. Okay, dinner and a movie. So I gotta be cute tomorrow when I go out. I mean, listen, I do believe that. Right, Nikki versus her demons. Yeah, yeah. Y'all think he is? I can see it. I can definitely see it. I can definitely see it with I can definitely see it because it's just ain't no way. Ain't no way. Somebody said you said shit. At this point, the magic doing her. Listen, listen. I think that she does. I think that she does, but I think that she's someone who just because someone does magic, it doesn't mean that they know what they're doing, right? Um, I think she definitely does. That don't mean that it hits. It's not hitting. It doesn't hit. It doesn't hit. Okay. She needs to take cues from other people who know what they're doing. I think she does. Like I said, just because someone does magic doesn't mean that they know what they're doing. It doesn't mean that it's effective, right? Okay. Just like we laugh and joke about Bible lady and her prayers. Baby, them prayers, the prayers is magic. Okay. But we can see her prayers don't be hidden. Okay. Her prayers do not hit. Her prayers do not pass go. Okay. Especially them prayers that she can pray for Nesto. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. Okay. And I say that respectfully about Bible lady. But um, you know, um, you know, so do not pass go, do not collect $200, baby. So, there be people out here trying to do stuff, attempting to do stuff, mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. And some people out here who are doing it for real. And then there are people who are, they be out here, they be out here doing jar work and cursing themselves. Okay. Some people be out here trying to do work and they be out here doing spiritual work and then they be end up cursing themselves. Okay. You failed. Okay. Go on and put that big L on your forehead because you out here losing. You out here losing. You are out here losing. So it's a bunch of people who be out here doing magic. That don't mean they know what they're doing, and don't mean that it hits. Okay, baby? It don't mean that it hits. Okay, like seriously. Seriously. Yes, 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 yes. Take your L. I am so sorry, y'all. And they're going to ambulance. Listen, this Saturday night, y'all know people be getting crunked on a Saturday night. Go to ambulance. I hope y'all all right. But yeah, go ahead and throw the L up. Loser, loser, loser. Put the L on your forehead and just take the L and just, go about your business. Yeah, so Eclectic Tarot After Dark. I don't know who had a question. Okay, first of all, let me start with the story. Story time, story time. Okay, story time. So, remember I told y'all that I got to tell y'all the story. Remember earlier Donna said that, it's really good that Mr. Hoodoo, appreciates what I do, the magic and all like that. There was one time that he didn't. He didn't at first. He did not at first. Okay. He was like most muggles and he was scared. So, story time. So, I told you all that Mr. Hoodoo used to work overseas. He worked for the Department of Defense. He worked overseas in Iraq and in Afghanistan. So, we had a quote unquote, our relationship was long distance. Okay. Our relationship was long distance, right? So I'm at home. I had really just started getting into it. I had just started getting into the magic, spirituality, and I was doing the work. So I told you all the house that we used to have. Um, we had a 4-bedroom house. One of the bedrooms in the house was my room. My room where I did my spiritual work, where I did my readings and everything like that. It's where I kept all my supplies. So before Mr. Hoodoo ended up quitting that job. He ended up quitting the Department of Defense and he was coming home. He was coming home from overseas, being in Afghanistan. So he was coming home. It was over the summer. I'll tell you exactly when it was. It was July of 2014. So I had my spiritual room or whatever. And at that time, I had just started doing like elemental magic. And when I say elemental magic, I had like I literally had set up in that room. I had an altar set up with my white circle of protection, white rope, okay, a circular rope, okay, your circular rope of protection, right? I had my altar in the middle, and then I had a candle at every one of the cardinal points. Okay, I had a red candle for south, I had a green candle for north, blue for west, yellow for east. So you got one candle at for the cardinal directions inside of this white circular rope with an altar in the middle. So he came home, he came home. I picked him up from the airport, came home, he hadn't seen the house in a while. So he went upstairs and he was just going from room to room, in the house. And then he gets to that room and he opens the door and he goes in. And then he turns around and he comes out. And his face was like a sheet, like he saw a ghost. And he was just like, we need to talk about what you're doing in that room. So I literally sat him down because he is okay. He was shook. He really was. He was shook. And like I didn't hide it from him. Like it was there. Right? He was shook because he's from the Caribbean. Just like Donna. Donna is from the Caribbean. So Obia and all different types of, people like to say that stuff. They don't mess with that stuff. So I had to sit him down and literally explain him like, babe, yes, this is magic. I literally had to explain to him like magic is all around us. I had to explain to him the days of the week are named after, pagan gods. I had to explain to him this, that, and the third. I told him, this is what I do or whatever. I've always been this type of weird person, this, that, and the third. But he was like, do you have a Ouija board? I was like, no. He was like, okay. He was just like, just promise me you're not gonna bring a Ouija board into our house. I was like, I'm not gonna bring a Ouija board into the house. I literally had to like explain to him like how all this is around us. Literally just like day to day stuff, just everyday stuff. Like we literally sat and we had a conversation. And after that conversation, because I told him like I would never do anything to put us in harm's way. I would never do that. And so he was just like, just never bring a Ouija board here. I was like, real G's don't have to deal with Ouija boards. Okay, we don't have to do that. So ever since then, like I said, we had the conversation. Like he was good. He absolutely had some. He had questions. Okay, he had questions. Okay, he had questions. Okay, I'm telling you, his face was white as a sheet. He had questions. He had questions. Okay, he was concerned. He was concerned. But yeah, like after that it was cool. After that, literally like after that it was cool and he didn't have any issues or whatever. I was just like, the things that I do is for us. Okay, protection, getting this money, you know, the things I do are for us. Okay? The things I do are for us. So like after that, like he was cool. After that, he was cool. So like he would always ask like if my tarot cards were like sitting on the counter, he'd be like, "Well, is it okay if I touch them?" I'm like, "Yeah, you can move them." Like he's always been respectful of like when I buy books or like when I have like jars and stuff in the house, um, just for spiritual work. Like you finish the jelly, there's no more jelly in the jar, so I would clean out the jelly jar and use it for jar work or putting stuff in the freezer or whatever, or like burning incense. He actually likes the incense. His favorite incense is sandalwood. So like he's actually into the incense now. So like the sandalwood and like he's seen it at work. Like he has seen the things that I do and how things work and manifest. So like he would ask me, like the time he asked me to help him with his boss at work, to leave him the fuck alone. And I gave him something, to help. And then his boss disappeared for like at least 3 months. So, he has come to understand that one, a lot of people do spiritual work, they just say that they don't. Two, he understands the scam of the Christian church. I'm not talking about real, actual Christians. I'm talking about these fake ass motherfuckers telling people that kids shouldn't have baby showers when it's a fucking baby that's innocent and helpless, right? Um, and he understands that they really just be out here doing shit. And he understands that the work that I do is for us to make our lives as easy as possible. Okay. Not she was gonna send him to the wall. Yeah, like he was, So, ever since then, he's been cool with it. Like I said, if I put some stuff in the freezer, he'll be like, is it okay for me to touch this or move this? I'm like, yeah, no, that's fine. Or like if I have some stuff in the freezer that he don't know what it is, he's like, is this yours? I'm like, yep. He's like, okay, I won't touch it. Like he won't bother stuff. He doesn't pry. He doesn't, what is this? He doesn't, if I tell him, if we're laying in bed and I have a ritual to do at 11:30 at night and he goes to sleep, I just tap him on the shoulder. Hey babe, I'm gonna go do the juju real quick. He be like, oh, okay. And then I go do what I gotta do, and then I come get back in the bed. Right. So he is fine with it because he understands that, like I said, one, society doesn't, even though they say they don't. And then two, that I do this for us. Okay, I do this for us. Okay, I do this for us. Okay, and sometimes he does ask for things, and hell yeah, I got you, babe. Just let me know. I got you, babe. I got you. Even to the point where his sister was having an issue with someone with her roommate. Um, and he told his mom that I am into holistic healing. Okay, and I fixed the situation. Or like, after his mom had some she had let some people stay in her house, and then after they left, her house was spiritually funky, so I had to go spiritually cleanse her house or whatever. Just stuff like that. And I'm able to point out things that other people don't see because I know what I'm looking at. So I'm able to, counter threats. I'm able to pick up on things, like I have dreams about things and stuff like that. So listen, it's that was what, 11 years ago. Oh, he fine with it. He fine with it. Sandalwood is so, I love sandalwood. Okay, so y'all remember the pastor that said that that pregnant girl can't have no baby shower? Y'all remember the pastor that said that pregnant girl can't have no baby shower? What type of fucking shit is that? It's an innocent baby. And that's the scam shit. That is the scam shit right there. Definitely a lot of demons in the pulpit. They out here they out here graping people. They out here cheating on their wives. They're out here stealing from their congregation. They're doing all types of bullshit. And you want to tell me that what I do is bad? You can kiss my entire ass. Okay, all in the, get in the crack and kiss my ass. Because there is no way that I'm going to believe that that those people are good people or sent from God. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Um, so but yeah, he had some questions. We talked about it. Like I said, I have helped him numerous times with things, even down to the situation. I told you all that, I have done magic on people to where I had to get them to do something. I had to make them do something. Um, and when I made these people do something, it was because it wasn't the first thing that I went to, right? It wasn't the first thing that I went to. When I had to make people do something, it literally was the last resort, right? Like how people say like violence, um, what is it they say? Um, Violence is the answer. No, violence is the answer, but it's not the first option, right? So when I had to get heavy-handed and make people do something that they originally said they weren't going to do, it was because it was the last resort. It was because all other avenues of talking to people, explaining to people why this was the right thing to do, when all those options failed, then I had to. You know what I mean? Um, with the things that you are able to do comes responsibility, right? So if I'm doing something like that, I don't just do it on a whim. I don't just do it on a whim. It's not the first option. It's only the option if all other ways of trying to get someone to understand doesn't work. That's when I will employ that. But it's not the first, it's not my first option, right? Um it's not my first option. It's not the first thing that I'm going to do. Um so like I said, sometimes you have to, and like those conversations about, you know, free will and is it right and all like that, sometimes you have to, sometimes you just have to. Sometimes you just have to. Sometimes a decision is made and you have to, right? Right? Um, like I said, if someone is in a situation to where they need this apartment or they're going to be homeless, and the person is saying no, we just gonna let them be homeless? We're not going to make the you mean to tell me that you just gonna let the healthcare system you gonna sit there and let your insurance company tell you no? They're gonna deny this life-saving surgery that you need because you don't want to trample over someone's free will? Okay, well then don't get the surgery and then whatever happens to you happens. Like, you know, yeah, we're not going, there are absolutely times where people need to be made to do something. Absolutely. 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 Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm talking about situations where it's like a need, not a want, not a I want this, right? I'm talking about a need where something is necessary, where it could be life or death. You absolutely, I sure in the fuck am gonna pull out my spell book and I'm gonna do what I do because if it's something important like that, you goddamn right I'm gonna do it. Hey, be the one. Yeah, I sure will do it. I absolutely will do it. I will tell anyone. I sure will. I sure will. Okay, I sure will. I sure will. Donna says, I don't think spirits care about free will. I'm gonna be honest. Like I've heard of people cursing people with angels like Michael, so I don't believe that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Donna says, listen, I had to spiritually fight with welfare and I need that to go to school and elevate my life. Right. Right. You need that. You need that. I'm not talking about, making someone, give up their parking spot, some dumb shit like that. I'm talking about shit where your life can change, or this is a medical decision, or, you're going to be homeless, or, you know, you need them to, approve this loan for whatever, something important, something real, right? Something that is, you do what you got to do. And Q absolutely will do what she needs to do. Absolutely. So when I did what I did, okay, when I did what I did, I was fine doing it because it was either that or for someone to suffer that didn't have to suffer because it didn't have to be that way. You damn right I did it, and I do it again. I would absolutely do it again. I would absolutely do it again. I sure will. Yep. Yep. I'm waiting for my mom. I have to call Mama Hoodoo back because I was talking to my mom. I think it was this past Sunday. Something told me to call my mom, and I called my mom, and she's stressed out about something. And I told her everything is going to be okay. So I'm waiting to hear back from her. If she isn't gonna get what she needs, oh, you better believe Q gonna be in her spiritual bag. You better believe Q is gonna be in her spiritual bag to get her mother what she needs. You damn right I will. I sure will. I sure will. Matter of fact, I'm gonna call my mama tomorrow. I'm gonna call her tomorrow. Okay. Cause y'all not gonna stress my mom out. So I'm just waiting to hear what I need to hear from her. Because I told her everything is gonna be okay, and it's gonna be okay because Q is gonna make sure. Okay. Q is going to make sure. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. With great power comes great responsibility, and you have to, you as a person, you have to be someone that's grounded, and you have to understand that magic is not something to play with because you absolutely can hurt people. It's not something to play with. And if you're going to employ it, if you are going to use it, one, know what you are doing, and two, you really have to think about what you're doing, why you're doing it. It's really not something to play with. It's too many people out here playing with it. Like too many people out here playing with it. Like I love the internet age, right? You can look up information, find information, but I'm so sorry, y'all. I'm so happy Ready Player One is coming back to Netflix on November 1st. That's one of my favorite movies. I love Ready Player One. One of my favorite movies ever. I know people didn't like the movie because it wasn't like the book, but I never read the book and I've only seen the movie. Okay. I love Ready Player One. And it's coming back to Netflix on November 1st. So your girl gonna be watching Ready Player One all the time. But anyway, um, yeah. Donna says also, how is Mama Hoodoo? We haven't heard about her dragging someone in a minute. She's good. She's dealing with something right now. And I'm not gonna put her business out there, but I'm not gonna put her business out there, but she's dealing with something and then she's trying to my grandmother's being hard-headed. You know, like how when your parents and your grandparents get a certain age, you as the child now become the parent. You have to parent the parent and the grandparent. So mom is parenting my grandmother because they just get older and get hard-headed. So she's dealing with that. And then she's dealing with her situation too. It's nothing bad. It's nothing bad, but it's nothing bad, but it's kind of stressing her out. So like I said, I'm just waiting for her to tell me what's up. So I know whether or not I gotta put my spiritual foot down. But no, she ain't drugged nobody in a minute. She ain't drugged nobody in a minute. She been good. Ain't nobody got on her nerves. She ain't had to drag nobody in a minute. She ain't have to drag nobody in a minute. So she's good though. She's good. She is hilarious. Yeah, they'll be fine. They'll be fine. Listen, my grandmother is, oh my goodness, how old is she? Did she turn this year? My grandmother is like 85, 86, 80, something like that. That's my grandmother. Okay. They just get older and they just don't want to hear nothing you got to say. And you just be like, go sit down. Um, but my mom is one of those people where she knows what the internet is and like she can check her email and Facebook and stuff like that, but she doesn't like know the internet. So like I have to protect her from certain things on the internet. Um so like she'll call me like panicking about something and then I just go online and tell her like no, it's okay or stuff like that. So cuz the elderly are targets for like internet scams and shit like that. So I have to protect her. Right? I have to protect her. Mama Hoodoo, because she turned 70 this year. Mama Hoodoo turned 70 this year. So, um, yeah. So but she's good. I'm just waiting for her to say the word. I'm just waiting for her to say the word. I'm just waiting for her to say the word. So but she ain't drugged nobody in a while. Listen, I'm telling you, my mom is hilarious, okay? My mom is fucking hilarious. And I have to tell her so many times, Mom, okay, don't be talking shit about people out here in public. Okay, you wait till you go home and talk shit. Okay, because I don't live in Chicago and I ain't there to fight. Okay. You talk shit about people at home. Don't talk shit about people out there in public. Okay. You wait till you get home and have a good kiki in the privacy of your own home. I mean, my mom is so petty. My mom is so petty. Like my mom is so petty. I just like mom. Like you don't like how like them old aunties they talk shit about people. You can gain some weight. Oh well, he need to lose some weight. Or shit, that wasn't no diamond. That wasn't even a diamond chip she had in that ring. Like my mom is so damn petty. She's so petty. Um, She's so petty. She said it couldn't be me. It couldn't be me. Baby, bye. My mom is hilarious. She's so petty, but I have to tell her, you need to talk shit at home. Okay. Don't talk shit out in public. Okay. Unless my stepdad is with you. At least you will have somebody who's gonna fight with you. Don't be talking shit. Okay. Don't do that now. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, she'll say some petty shit like she need to put the cheeseburger down. Like it's Mama Hoodoo, my mom, she is hilarious. She is hilarious. She is hilarious. It's just so funny because she's frank. My mom is very frank and blunt, and my dad was very frank and blunt. And that's why I am not frank. I'm frank and blunt with y'all here, but when it comes to me day to day, I'm not frank and blunt because half the time I don't want to talk to people. Okay. I don't want to talk to people. Why are you looking at me? Who told you you can talk to me? That's cute. Okay. When I'm out here living my daily life, okay, why are you talking to me? Who told you you can talk? So, like I said, I'm the harsh one. Between me and Mr. Hoodoo, he's blunt if you trying to talk to him like he crazy. Okay, then he gonna cuss your ass out. But when it comes to giving people the benefit of the doubt and stuff like that, that's Mr. Hoodoo. That's not me. That's not me. Okay. Um, you know what? Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, babe, he's kinder than me. He's kinder than me. He's kinder than me. He'd be like, "No, come on, we gotta go outside." I'm like, "I don't want to go outside. I don't want to go out there. Where are we going, and why are we going there? Are we going to get some food? Okay, then I'm gonna go. We're going shopping. Okay, then I'm gonna go. We're going on vacation. Okay, I'm gonna go. We're going to the grocery store. Okay, no, you can go to the grocery store without me. I'm not going to the grocery store, baby. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it, baby. She says, a question Q, what are some good books, resources for getting into sex magic? Define sex magic. I think the easiest way to practice sex magic, I wouldn't even say you need books or resources. The easiest way to practice sex magic is to concentrate on your goal and concentrate on your goal and bring yourself to orgasm. And when you bring yourself to orgasm, okay, think about things like you got what you wanted. That's the easiest way to practice safe sex magic, and you can practice sex magic by yourself. Okay, you don't need books and resources. Okay, you got fingers on your hand. Okay, go ahead and play with the cherry. Okay, play with the cherry. Okay, touch yourself, touch yourself, play with the cherry, get yourself to orgasm. Okay, that's the easiest way to sex magic. You don't need another person. You don't. No, that's the easiest way. Okay, flick the bean, play with the cherry, do whatever it is. Now, don't get no rose. Don't get no rose. Let me tell you why not to get a rose. Because a rose, it's it's overstimulation to the point where if you have a partner won't be able to do what the rose can do. You won't be able to like have sexual relations or sexual pleasure that's rooted in reality because the rose is it's artifice, right? It's artifice. It's using a rose is like the same as like if a man is having a blow up sex doll. It's not reality. Yeah, you can get your rocks off, but imagine getting with a man and the only thing he's been having sex with is a sex doll. He doesn't know how to operate with another person. He only knows that the sex doll is going to let him do whatever. So this is why we have to be careful with certain forms of artifice, right? But yeah, you don't need no book for sex magic. You need to, you know, write down the day, time, what you're trying to manifest, and then, you know, bring yourself to orgasm and, see how long it takes to get what you asked for. Easy, safe, and it's you. You're not gonna give yourself a disease because it's just you and your hand or whatever you use, shower head or whatever. It's just you. It's the easiest and it's safe. It's just you and you making love to yourself. So, um, yeah. Donna says, I feel like you are too harsh on Mama Hoodoo. She just be innocently saying the truth. No, she be saying that shit. She be saying that shit with her whole chest. I be like, Mom, I'm gonna have to record Mom. She be saying, she be wilding out. I'm gonna have to record Mom. She be funny. D-Dub says, I told someone last week that I cosplay as normal, but I'd rather be left. Listen, I'm telling you, listen. My natal moon is in Aquarius. I have an Aquarius moon, so that should tell you all you need to know. I have an Aquarius moon. Leave me alone. Why are you talking? I don't like going to the grocery store. Mr. Hoodoo happily goes to the grocery store. He loves going to the grocery store. I fucking hate that place. I hate going to the grocery store. Yeah, I want to eat, but I hate going there. I hate going to the grocery store. Yeah, that rose can ruin your nerves. And like I said, it's just gonna be too out of the park. When you have a regular person, when you have a partner, especially when you're first getting with your sexual partner, if you decide to be sexual with someone, it's okay to teach them how to please you. Okay. It is absolutely okay to give instructions and teach your partner how to sexually please you. Okay. But you out here messing around. And listen, you mess with the rose. If you want the rose, deal with the rose. But I mean, hell, they got the rose, they got dildos, they got all types of stuff. But if you have dealing with too much artifice, too much fake shit, unless you're just going to be celibate for life and those are going to be what you're going to use, that's fine. But it is a Q's spiritual opinion that humans need to understand and get back into relationships and down to earth relationships, real relationships with people, right? Especially in that realm. That's just my opinion. Um, hey girl. Hey girl. She says, I'm an Aquarius with a Cancer moon. Ooh, you a Cancer moon girl. Yes. My sister is a Cancer sun. Baby. I just be like, okay, girl. Okay. Ah, you're gonna be a chef. I have a friend from elementary school who's a chef. I have a friend from elementary school who's a chef. And there was someone I went to high school with who won one of those chef shows. So, you're a Pisces, but you don't know your moon. Okay, girl. Yeah, absolutely. Prawn has messed up sex. Yeah, absolutely. It's unrealistic. I mean, some of it can be, and but just like you don't want a sexual partner whose brain is warped from prawn, you don't want to be warped from. I mean, like I said, you all are adults. You can do what you want, but that artifice, man. Listen, they market a whole bunch of stuff like it's safe. Of course they do. So yeah, y'all. That's just Q's opinion on it. Q doesn't I don't deal in toys. I don't deal in toys. I have Mr. Hoodoo. I don't need an artificial toy. Mr. Hoodoo. Mr. Hoodoo is great. Mr. Hoodoo is great. He's great. So I don't need to. Mr. Hoodoo is great. Okay, snacks and then, Mr. Hoodoo's great. Listen, I'm grown, I'm married. I'm married, so I get down. I do what I do. I'm married, but so yeah, I'm good. But yeah, I don't even like that shit. Just give me the real person. Give me the real person. Okay, give me the real person. But yeah, y'all. Yeah, sex magic is easy because you can always do sex magic with yourself by yourself. So you don't even need a person. You don't even need a person. You can do it yourself. Hmm. I'm a little sleepy. I was up late last night with Mr. Hoodoo ass. Late last night with that Negro. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. But listen, okay, what does my neighbor want? Neighbor, I'm not here, neighbor. Why are you texting me? Oh, my neighbor is so nice. She picked up my packages for me. Thank you, girl. Donna says we need a hair spell that does my hair as soon as I wake up. I'm tired of manual labor. Listen. I was just telling Mr. Hoodoo last night. I was just telling Mr. Hoodoo last night that um once we hit our goals, Q will not be going out to the salon and stuff no more. They're gonna come to me. So and those were the days. Like my nail lady used to come to me. She used to come to my house, and those were the fucking days. Well, I did not have to leave my house to get my nails. Doing my nails and my pedicure. Like she would come to the house. Baby, I miss those days. I miss those days. Okay. Being a princess is hard. Okay, being a princess is hard. And it's hard to go out to the nail salon as the lash lady. Okay. But as soon as we finish getting our shit together, Q will not be doing all of that. Uh-huh. Aries says, my granny was a triple Virgo. She was so powerful. She transitioned in April. That sex work is a double-edged sword. So listen to Q. Yeah, it absolutely is. Oh, your granny was a triple Virgo? Listen, I know she was about that life. I know she was about that life. Them Virgos, they definitely about that life. They're definitely about that life. Um, but yeah, those were the days where my nail lady used to come to my house. And I used to just sit there and, okay, girl, here your money, girl. Okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks. I see you in 2 weeks, girl. Those were the days, man. I was listen. It's hard being spoiled because once you're spoiled and you're used to a certain type of lifestyle, it's hard to go back to like regular life. So now I'll be at the nail now I'll be at the nail salon and like driving to the lash lady. I said, listen, as soon as we finish getting our shit together, all that shit of me going out to people is over with. Like that's gonna be over. That's gonna be over, baby. That's gonna be over. You hear me? That's gonna be over. Spoiled. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard. It's hard being a princess out here. It's really hard being a princess out here. It really is. Um, it's hard being a princess out here. It really is. It really is. Mr. Hoodoo don't make it no better because he just spoils me to high hell. He spoils me to high hell. He already know I ain't going to the grocery store. I ain't going to the grocery store. I'm not going to go pick up no food. Like he already know I ain't going. No, no. Donna says, listen, I was arguing with men on TikTok, upset about women using child support to get nails done, and I was just finishing. Girl, why you arguing? Girl, don't be arguing with them people. Block their ass. Block their ass. I don't even know why you arguing. Girl, bye. I just be looking at her, I just be like, block. Oh, you said some stupid shit. Blocked. Blocked. You hear me? Blocked. I ain't arguing with your ass. I'm not arguing with somebody who beard don't connect. Your own DNA has rejected you. I'm not arguing with you. Your ancestors said no. Okay, your DNA has rejected you. Your ancestors said no. I ain't arguing with you, just blocked. Blocked. Shit, I want to know what nails was $40 too. I will say that when I was in before we moved to California, I could go get my fill-in and my pedicure, and that was about $85. But that was because I was Georgia. Now out here in California, listen, I paid $75 for my fill-in with gel polish and for her to clean up my cuticles. That was for that. If I go get my nails done, fill in with a pedicure, it's like $150. So, I mean, it just is what it is. I paid a lady. Okay, I paid a nice lady who do my feet right. I pay a lady, and I mean, it just is what it is. It just is what it is. And when I go to my nice lash lady, I found a lash lady that I like. Okay, depending on what I get, shit, a light volume. If I get a light volume, um, lashes fill in, get my lashes filled in, light volume, that's $95 for that fill in. Okay. So don't be out here arguing with no Dusty on the internet whose own DNA doesn't support them. Natasha said, I quit arguing with people on the internet because I believe the internet is a portal for fools to get in your head. Absolutely. Don't argue, just block their ass. Block. You just got block them. Block them. Block them. Listen, these people are fucking weird. They're weird. But a lot of them, you have to understand a lot of them, a lot of this is bot farms, and a lot of this is people who are doing things for engagement. So every time I see a rage bait post, I block the person. I be on threads. Every time I see a rage bait post on threads, I block their ass. I block them. Let me tell my neighbor thank you. My neighbor picked up my packages. My Amazon shit that was supposed to get there on Tuesday, but it didn't come until Wednesday after I left. But my neighbor picked up my packages, so bless her. She's so kind. I really enjoy her. Yeah, no, you're not supposed to not. You wasn't supposed to scroll past. Block their ass so you don't see them anymore. Block them. Block them. Okay, remember, attention is the new currency. 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 Block their ass. Block them. Okay? Don't scroll, block. Meanwhile, I gotta go to the oil place. Okay, listen. The color 7 is green. The color 7 is green, but I have spiritual reasons for that. Yeah, y'all. Yeah, y'all. So, like I said, just block the asses. Block the ass. Okay, so for my eclectic tarot after dark people who voted for that, what else y'all what do y'all want to talk about? What you want me to get into? Because I'm literally over here just I'm having a conversation with y'all. But if you wanted to know something specific, please ask. Please ask. Yeah, just block the ass. Block. Yeah, just block the ass. Okay, so CS asked, what are some books we can read if we are newbies? Okay, so let me kind of break this down. So before asking that question, you have to figure out what path, what spiritual practice that you are aligned with, or the spiritual practice that your ancestors want you to practice. Okay, because there is not one big magic. Okay, the same way they think black people are one big nigga, there is no one big magic. So you have to figure out what your ancestors want you to do, or you have to figure out what spiritual path you want to um walk in. Okay. Once you figure that out, then we can revisit. But I will say this, when it comes to a lot of black peoples, and when I say black people, I mean black people across the diaspora that practice various forms of spiritual work. A lot of our traditions don't have books. A lot of our traditions are oral traditions. Okay. So like getting into like Ifa and Santeria and Candomblé, Hoodoo and Conjure, Obia, like all of a lot of our different work paths, spiritual paths, as it pertains to Black people, a lot of them are oral traditions, and a lot of them you need to have a specific reading from someone from that path to even let you know if this is what you're supposed to be doing, or who's your guiding spirit, things like that. And then you usually learn under a spiritual leader. Okay, we not like white people. Okay, we not like white people. So that's number one. You have to ask your ancestors what they want you to do if they want you to do something at all. So first thing is to connect with your ancestors. Okay. I have a video on my channel about connecting with your ancestors because someone asked me years ago. So if you are a mod, can a mod please put the how to work with your ancestors videos here in the chat? So that's number one. Ask your ancestors what they want you to do, if anything. Once you figure that out, then you can go from there. I'm gonna also say this. Some people, I'm not saying you, but some people want to read and read and read and read and read and not practice. Learning is absolutely important, but there's a difference in reading or there's a difference in setting the menu, for example, for Thanksgiving and then cooking the Thanksgiving food. Okay? And I say that with love. Some people are some people want to do spiritual work, but they are paralyzed by the thought of doing magic, so they never do it. So they just want to keep reading and reading and reading and reading. You have to do the work. You have to do the work. Okay. So I don't care. If you need, you can read 5 million books. Do you understand the practical application of what you're doing? Because you may read a, let's say for example, you might read a spell on the internet. That don't mean that's gonna work for you. Some energies don't work with people. Some people, and then some people have specific paths that your ancestors want you to do. Some people are good with love work. Some people are good with actual like healing and cleansing and laying of the hands. Some people are good with money work. Some people are good with justice work. It just really, really depends. So number one, ask your ancestors what they want you to do, if they want you to do anything at all. When they tell you what they want you to do, then ask them to lead you to the person that can help you. And then so once you figure it out, because like I said, when it comes to black people stuff, like I said, the Ifa, the Obia, the Juju, the Candomblé, the Santeria, the Hoodoo, the so many different spiritual practices. Um, 21 divisions, that it's so many practices out here. And some stuff, yes, some of it, like I said, you really need an initiated priest or a reading through that pathway to see what they want you to do. Okay. Some people, like, I was reading that like for some people to be like initiated, you can't wear certain colors. So like when you're initiated to some of these paths, these spirits will have specific things set out for you to do. So for some people, you can't wear certain colors, you can't eat certain foods, you can't work with other spirits from different like this is real, right? Q, me, I am a hoodoo by birth and by blood, right? Because my ancestors, right, from the South, descendants of the enslaved, hoodoo and conjure, we don't have books. We don't have books because a lot of hoodoo and conjure is you tailor the work with what you have. So hoodoo and conjure from Detroit looks completely different from hoodoo and conjure from, say, the Carolinas, right? Remember the Great Migration, how our peoples went to different places around the United States? Okay. So it's not just what books to read, it really is levels to this. Now, Q, like I said, I am a hoodoo, I'm a conjure by birth and by practice, but I do lean heavily into a lot of Western magic. Western magic, I'm talking about the Kabbalah, the Western astrology, the Western planetary magic, the Western spirits, Western Solomonic magic, King Solomon, Solomonic pentacles, things like that. Um, that's what a lot of the magic I work is from. And that's free and open to anyone. That's free and open to anyone. Um, so I hope that answers your question. Because it really is layers and levels to this. What's going on with the economy and the shutdown? Listen, if you all haven't heard me say before, the United States, the United States is going through major change. So all of this is the United States major change, brought to you by the planet Pluto in Aquarius, brought to you by the United States is having its Uranus and Gemini return. Okay, the United States was founded in 1776 when Uranus was in Gemini. Uranus is in Gemini for the first time since like World War II, for the first time since the 40s. Okay, because Uranus has an 80 to 85-year cycle. Every time Uranus hits Gemini for the United States goes through changes. Okay, our creation, okay, freeing ourselves from quote unquote British rule. Then we had the Civil War, right? That changed the United States. Then World War II changed the United States. All of those were Uranus and Gemini stations, and I mean, other planetary influences. But yeah, so you need all of the shit that's going on right now in the United States. The United States has to change. And right now, like I said, with Pluto and Aquarius, this is about Aquarius is where we're getting a lot of our for the people, societal upheavals, revolutions, change. But in order for things to change, shit has to get shaken up. There has to be unrest. There has to be foolishness and fuckery. And a lot of the shit that we're seeing, including Donald Trump is part of this country's karma and plan, right? Um, the United States is going through a change. So we will see what the next 10 to 20 years looks like. That's why I keep telling y'all, make sure y'all have y'all money together and save your money, save your resources. Okay, do your cleansings and your protections. Because all of the things that are happening, okay, the planets are going to do what the planets are going to do. Okay. What's a good incense to use to get yourself grounded? I would say the earthy stuff. To ground yourself. mm, I would say a sandalwood. A sandalwood is a good grounding incense. I would say sandalwood. Sandalwood is a good general. It's very earthy, and it still smells pretty decent. I would say a sandalwood. A sandalwood can help you out. Mhm. Okay, she says, question, spirits and crystals, you mentioned it yesterday. I have a spirit that I work with already in mind, and I already have the instructions for this particular one. Okay, I need more details. I need more details because drawing spirits into crystals is I have never tried to put a spirit into an object, but there is a drawing spirits into crystal. That is a thing. That is more ceremonial magic, and you usually need like the protection circle, and you usually need like the triangle of manifestation, and those things have to be made correctly and consecrated correctly. So it's not just like a simple thing. Let me see if I can pull that up because it's not a we just gonna draw a spirit into a crystal. You're not just drawing a spirit into a crystal. Um, yeah, that's definitely that's um Western magic. That's more yeah, um hermeticism, right? Hermeticism based on, like that type of path. Let me see if I can pull something up. Um Drawing spirits into crystals. Okay. So yeah, it's not just a remember I told you all that a lot of those old school scientists and mathematicians, they were spiritual workers. Yes, Pythagoras, um, um, what's that man's name? Um, I can't think of the man's name. But a lot of them are, yeah. So, um, yeah, it's not you just not okay, so Yeah, one is not just waking up and yeah, we're just gonna draw some. Okay, so let me share this because so let me share the screen because I have to show you all. I have never tried drawing spirits into crystals. I did make a black mirror once. I never used it. And some of these things are like operations for real. So let me make myself smaller so we can see. Let me make this bigger so everyone can see. Okay. So this is the digital ambler. I'm just giving you an example. So this is okay. It says below is a ritual of conjuration based on Johann Tri Trithemius, the art of drawing spirits into crystals, and the Clavicula Solomonis. So this is Solomonic magic. Okay, Solomonic magic. Okay. The following tools are required for the ritual. You need a summoning circle. Okay. You need a summoning circle with the triangle, which is called a table of practice. Okay. You need a wand. You need a crystal ball or other scrying medium like a bowl of water. You need a pentacle to be worn around the neck called a layman. Okay. And I'm gonna have to show you what a layman is. Uh I have made spirit laymans before. Um I have made spirit laymans before. So okay, so let me see if I can make this bigger. Okay. So when they say, let me share this tab instead. When it says that you need a table of practice, you need something like this. You need the circle of protection, okay? You need the circle of protection, and this is written in angelic script, okay? I know spiritual alphabets when I see them. This is the celestial script. Okay, I'm talking about this outside circle. This is the celestial script, right? And then you have the angels. You have the angels of the quarters. Okay, the elemental angels. We have Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, and that's probably Michael on the back. Then you need this. This is a triangle. Okay, you can't see the third point. The third point is behind the crystal. You need the triangle. So all of this setup is this is called the table of practice. This circle with the triangle. Okay, with the angelic names. Okay, the guardians of the corners, the guardians of the elements, right? The angelic guardians of the corners. And then you need the celestial script. Okay, notice you see the planetary magic symbols here. This is the symbol for the moon. This is Mercury. This is Saturn. This is Jupiter. This is Mars. This table of practice, this thing needs to be made specifically. It needs to be consecrated. Okay. So let's go to a spirit layman. A spirit layman. This is a spirit layman. Okay. This is a spiritual layman. This is something that needs to be, it's like how would you say it? It's like an identification card and like a calling card for the spirit, but it also gives you, the magician, the power to call upon the spirit's name. So you have words of power in the outer circle. These are names for God. This is based on um Christian, this is based on Judeo-Christian mysticism. Adonai, Iao, Sabaoth, Elohim, Ehie, like these are names for God, various names for the Christian God. And then you have, you have your stars. And then this right here in the middle, this is the particular spirit that you are calling on. This is like their sign, or like is like graffiti. This is specific to them. So the spirit that you will be calling, the name of that spirit sigilized is inside of this. And then you need the names of God around. Okay. So I want you to notice the themes: circles, triangles. Okay. You would wear this layman around your neck. This is what gives you, the magician, the power and the backing to call the spirit, and the spirit is here in the middle. Okay. So you will need to wear that around your neck. You will need your table of practice set up. And then you need it to look like this. This wand isn't just going to be any wand, it has to be made from the correct wood, it has to be consecrated, right? You need your altar set up. You need the correct incense, the incense that corresponds to the spirit that you're calling. So not only do you have to know the spirit that you're calling, you have to know the appropriate incense, right, to attract the spirit, okay, and bring them forward. So you're, like I said, one is not just drawing a spirit into a crystal. Okay. One is not just, you're just not drawing a spirit into a crystal. This is a whole thing. Okay, this is the whole thing. This is what I be saying. Like people just be like, "Oh, I'm just," no. It's, this is a whole thing. This is an entire thing. Like I said, you have to have this set up, and then when you are calling upon the Christy, calling upon the spirit, you have to do it in the correct planetary hour, the correct planetary day, and the um also the correct moon phase, probably. So, like I said, one is not just drawing a spirit into a crystal. Okay, one is not just doing it. Hold on one second. This babe calling me. I'm gonna be right back. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Listen, my husband was calling me, telling me about this money we about to make. So I had to indulge him because I'm here for the money. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. He was so excited telling me about this money we gonna make. So thank y'all for being patient with me. Okay, but yeah, so CN1 says, okay, so I would need to get more into ceremonial magic then. Absolutely. What I suggest for ceremonial magic, I suggest, let me see. I don't even know if he's still doing work. Um, Let me see. I would this is what I would say. For ceremonial magic, I would suggest what is this thing called? Um Seven. Okay, I will look into um okay. I'm about to give y'all a plug. Okay, I'm about to give y'all a plug. The plug that I'm about to give y'all is um let me find it because I'm about to give y'all a plug. I'm about to give y'all a plug. Let me get rid of this. Let me go. I need to go into my eBay really quickly. I'm about to give y'all the plug, especially for people who are looking to get into ceremonial magic. Ceremonial magic, Western esotericism, Solomonic pentacles, planetary magic, things like that. Um, things like that. You don't need any type of initiations like from, it's an open system, so anybody can get into it, right? I'm about to give y'all some plugs. Okay, I'm about to give y'all some plugs. Um, that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. Um, I'm about to tell y'all. Okay, so okay. You want to do this. Okay. So, and this is a PDF. Anybody can find this. This is free and on the internet. Okay. This is free and on the internet. The Complete Magician's Tables. Okay. This is an exhaustive magician's tables. It's an index of correspondences for magic, for Western magic, Solomonic pentacles. So I'm gonna show you all. This is free. You can buy an actual copy of it, but we're on the internet right here. So as you can see right here, it says the Complete Magician's Tables, the most complete tabular set of magic, Kabbalistic, angelic, astrology, alchemic, demonic, geomantic, grimoire, gematria, I Ching, tarot, pagan pantheon, plant perfume, perfume means incense, and character correspondences in more than 777 tables. This is 430 pages, okay? This is a reference book. So when you want to look at working with specific spirits or what gemstones correspond to this spirit, what incense corresponds to this planet or whatever, this is what you need to look at. So CN1, if you want to get into ceremonial magic, you need to, this is free online. You can find it. Okay, this is the Skinner's table. This is like, this right here is a fucking gold mine. Okay, this right here is a fucking gold mine. Okay, it is based on a lot of Order of Golden Dawn, right? The esoteric society. Okay, if we're talking about magic, we have to talk about magic. Okay, not to say that other practices aren't, but this is some of the same stuff. Okay, when we're seeing it in movies, when we're saying that Hollywood gets into some of this stuff, this is what they're getting into. Kabbalah, Tree of Life, like all of this stuff, like this is for real. Okay, this is for real. The basis of occultism can be summed up in one word: correspondence. This is why I told you all, when you are doing certain magic, you don't just pick shit out of your ass to deal with. You have to have the correct plant, you have to have the correct plant material, or work on the correct day, correct moon phase. The more things you have that line up, the more likely your spiritual work is going to manifest. Okay? I have worked from this book before. Okay? I'm talking like this is real shit. Okay? Aleister Crowley's Liber 777. That's what this is based on. Okay? So if you're gonna get into ceremonial magic, if you're gonna get into some of this stuff, you have to be okay with, there are certain words and phrases that will scare the normal person. Okay? Okay, so you can see the tables here: angels, biblical, apocryphal, Gnostic, Buddhist meditation, Christianity. Dr. John Dee. John Dee was the astrologer and magician, Queen Elizabeth. Okay, Queen Elizabeth. He is the one. Him and buddy that he was working with, Enochian magic, that high level angelic magic that sometimes be fucking people up. Okay, zodiac, planets, houses, deacons, mansions, constellations. Okay, letters, alphabets, numerical values, magic of the grimoires, angels, demons, spirits, natural magic. So animals, plants, stones. Okay, gemstones, plant magic, herbs, perfumes is things that you can burn for incenses. Okay, pantheons, the color scale, sacred geometry. Like this is the book to have. This is the book to have. So that's one. If you are going to work some ceremonial magic, I would absolutely suggest you read through Rufus Opus's work. Okay. I have done some of Rufus Opus's work. It does work. Okay. But you cannot be afraid to get out here and do the work. Okay. So when you are we talking about drawing spirits into crystals, like I said, you are one, and one person is just not drawing spirits into crystals. Can it be done? Absolutely. Absolutely. But you're not just getting up one day talking about, oh, I'm going to draw some spirits into a crystal. Like you're not doing it. You have to plan, you have to prepare. Okay. So are we seeing one? Does this answer your question? Does this answer your question, seeing one? I would suggest Rufus Opus's works and looking into he has some drawing into let's look through his website, because when I was looking into Rufus Opus's works 10 years ago, okay, I have done some of his works 10 years ago. He has some, when I was looking back then, he had some initiations into planetary spheres. So like initiations into Venus, initiations into the sun, initiations, initiate, where you're initiating yourself. You have to follow the magical work. You have to get up at a certain time of day. I was doing this stuff. Okay. I was doing all of this type of work. So when I tell you all, like, yeah, okay, people aren't just doing some shit. This is, yeah. So I would definitely get into his stuff here. I don't even think he has the, let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find, let me see if I can even find it. Yeah, so he has this too. Oh, that's what it was called. Rufus Opus Seven Spheres. Okay. So he has this, let me see something real quick. Okay. Let me share this tab. Okay. So he has this book, Seven Spheres, is traditional Hermetic magic. It's a series of rituals that function on many levels to take an average ordinary magician and turn them into a self. Listen, the seven spheres, like you initiate yourself through the seven spheres. You're and it's like you move through the planetary gates because each planet serve each of the seven planets. And this is why I keep saying that like society is built on this magical system, but people just don't know what they're looking at. So, like the 7 days of the week, the classical 7 days of the week, these are the seven classical planets of astrology. Okay. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, and Saturn. So each one of those days is like it's a planetary day of power. So when you're working in on the day of the sun or on the day of, such and such, such. Remember we were talking about that? Remember when we were talking about esoterica obscura, we were talking about like how money is green. Okay. Money here in the United States, you get paid on a Friday. That's Venus's day. The Venus bull of Wall Street. This is baked into our society. So when you're doing these initiations into the seven spheres, the seven classical planets, each planet has a power, has, certain things that they govern over, right? So these are initiations through the gates of these planets so that you are able to access these powers. Q was doing this back in the day. So I would suggest seven spheres to get yourself familiar with some ceremonial magic. I will also suggest you go back to Rufus Opus's website and get familiar with the principles of planetary magic, conjuration, and stuff like that. And make sure that you are looking at or buying the book, The Complete Magician's Tables. Okay. Okay. So she said this the Hollywood shit. Yeah, this is this world shit. Okay. I want to show y'all something. I was gonna make a video about this, but I'm gonna show y'all right now. I'm gonna show y'all right now. This is how much of society is basing things on magic. Okay. This same magic, this hermeticism, Aleister Crowley, OTO, Kabbalah, like this. So let's go here. Who knows what we're looking at right here? Who knows what we're looking at right here? Because, like I said, I'm about to prove this to y'all. I'm about to prove this to y'all. Who knows what we're looking at right here? Raise your hand if you know. Mm-mm. Natasha has it. Yep. This is the goddess Venus. Do y'all know what this is from? This is model Jasmine Tukes. Model Jasmine Tukes, she's pregnant, as you can see. She is dressed as Venus. She was the opening walk for the Victoria's Secret Fashion Show 2025. Venus. This is Venus. Venus is the Roman goddess of beauty, fertility, love. The Greek counterpart to Venus is Aphrodite. The Victoria's Secret Fashion Show, she was the opener for this. She is dressed up as the Roman goddess Venus. Remember, we looked at the apotheosis of George Washington, right? George Washington became the Roman god Jupiter, the father of the gods, because he's the patron saint and father of the country. And we saw all them Roman gods up there. So let's take a look. Let's take a look because I was looking at this. I was absolutely looking at this. So let me share this tab right here. So let's look at this. No, not this one. Which one was I looking at? Okay, this one right here. The music because I don't want copywritten music. So this was her. She was coming out. This was Jasmine. She was coming out as Venus. One of Venus's symbols is a seashell as well as pearls. So she is walking as Venus. She opened the Victoria's Secret fashion show as Venus. Okay. Okay. So we see this, right? We see this, right? Peep game. I'm a peep game. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna show y'all this shit, right? I'm gonna show y'all. This is how I know, and I keep telling you all. So, who wants to look up what time the Victoria's Secret fashion show started? Who wants to look it up? Someone look it up for me and tell me. I already know because I looked at it. But I want somebody to tell me what time the Victoria's Secret fashion show started. What time did the Victoria's Secret fashion show started? It started at 7 o'clock. It started at 7 o'clock, New York time. Right. It started at 7 o'clock p.m. Guess what Q did? Q pulled it up. The Victoria's Secret fashion show was on October 15th, 2025. It started at 7 o'clock p.m. in New York, New York. What is on the ascendant? Taurus was on the ascendant. Taurus was the rising sign when the Victoria's Secret fashion show started. The planet that rules Taurus is Venus. And not only that, the planet Venus, she was in her native sign of Libra, aligned with beauty and women. So not only was Venus, not only was Venus in her home sign of Libra, the fashion show started at 7 o'clock when a Venus ruled sign, Taurus, was on the ascendant. You can't tell me that this is coincidental. Then the fashion show opened up with a tribute to Venus during the Venus hour. Venus, the planet of beauty, of fertility, of love. You can't tell me this is make believe. I keep telling y'all, this is what they're doing this at a societal level. I was just like, you bullshitting. You lying. I was just like, when I saw, and she's absolutely beautiful. Jasmine is absolutely beautiful. She was glowing. She looked amazing. She looked amazing as Venus. But she was Roman goddess Venus. And they had her walking out. Venus is what? Depending on Venus's depending on where Venus is, sometimes Venus, depending on the time of year and depending on Venus's planetary path, sometimes Venus is the morning star or Venus is seen as the evening star. Right now, Venus is seen as the evening star. So she came out to a darkened room as Venus, the evening star, wearing the symbols of Venus, the seashell and the pearl, during the Venus hour when Taurus, a zodiac sign ruled by Venus, was on the ascendant. And Venus is currently in Libra. You can't tell me that these people don't know what they're doing. You can't tell me that they don't know what the fuck they are doing. I keep telling y'all, this is real shit out here. The same thing with the money. We went over it. The same thing with George Washington, the apotheosis of man becoming a god. He became Jupiter, the father of the gods, with the other Roman gods. You exactly. Absolutely. And it was the same for the Victoria's Secret fashion show last year. I checked the chart. I checked the chart. Victoria's Secret is what? What color is Victoria's Secret? Pink. Victoria's Secret? Pink. Pink is a color of Venus. Yeah, it's in plain sight for all to see. People don't know what they're looking at. When I saw her, when I saw this, I was just like, "Oh yeah." When I saw this, when I saw this, I was just like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was just like, that's Venus. That's Venus. And then I checked the chart. Venus. Yeah, yeah. So when I'm telling you that um society is based off of this type of ritual magic that is based on hermeticism, that is based on the Kabbalah, that is based on um the seven classical planets and planetary magic and all that. Mhm. Go go play with your mama. Don't play with Q. Q know what she's talking about. Go argue with your mama. Yeah, she knew. I think she knew. I think I read something where she knew she was going to be. I mean, she knew what she was wearing. So you can't be that dense. She knew what she was wearing, but I think she thinks of it just as this is just for the fashion show. But it was astrologically aligned. Okay. Hmm. I think she did, but I think she knew she was Venus, but I don't think she knew it was like esoteric goddess hermeticism Venus. I don't think she knew that. I just think like, oh, I'm gonna be Venus and it's perfect because I'm pregnant and my pregnant belly can be the pearl. Like I think that's how she thought. I don't think she went as deep as like how we're going with it. So this is why I'm telling y'all, okay, that yeah. Hmm. So like I said, um Yeah. Kim says, in order to have a lasting career as a public figure in the image entertainment world, you have to be trained in high magicians. Listen, the world is based on this. The 7 days of the week are named after planets and gods. So it's literally baked into society. It's literally baked into our everyday society, whether people want to believe it or understand it or not. How do you contact the Morning Star? Um, I would say, um, I would say the look for a talisman or a layman. Sleepy V says in my cute voice, y'all better learn some magic. I keep telling y'all. Yeah. Same thing like y'all remember my video with and see listen, the cognitive dissonance, right? The cognitive dissonance that people have, it be getting on my fucking nerves because people like to say like, "Oh, these people are doing this and that." But when we're talking about your favorite entertainer slash entertainers doing this magic, then y'all be like, "Y'all just want to say they doing magic and you just want to put that on them, baby." They are. They are. Same thing with my video. Remember the video I did on Jay-Z? You're not just gonna wear that. You are not just gonna wear that if you just not wearing do without wilt shall be the whole of the law. You're not just wearing that just to wear it. You're not. Remember Kim Kardashian, she was trying to, um harness Marilyn Monroe's energy. She wanted some Marilyn Monroe's hair and but people don't want to hear it when it's people are fine with it when it's the energy, it's the entertainment energy industry. Oh, it's Epstein. Oh, it's these politicians. Baby, it's Beyonce and Jay-Z too. Allegedly, it's Beyonce and Jay-Z too. When it's your favorite, people their fucking heads explode because they don't want to hear it. It's them too. Okay. Donna, I would say find a sigil for that spirit online. I know what you're talking about. You can find a sigil of that spirit online that looks like a triangle, that looks like an upside down triangle, and work with that. Find the sigil of that spirit. It looks like an upside down triangle with some hooks. Work on a Friday during during the Venus hour. Try that and see if that'll help. Mhm. I mean, it's possible. Hmm. Yeah, they be playing dance to it because it's their favorites. Because it's their favorites. Okay, Beyonce then went over there and did her shows for the Saudi prince or whoever it was like that too. She's one of them too. She's closer to them than she is to us. Okay, and she just makes sure that her music, her products or whatever, um, entrance people enough to That's why I say like I'm not a super fan of anyone. Okay, these people are absolutely doing the work and they're absolutely doing the glamour magic. Okay, to get you to keep coming back and keep being sucked in. She absolutely does it. But me, I'm a spiritual worker, so I understand because I am like I see a lot of stuff, so I'm not beholden to like I don't fall prey to the oh my god the beehive and the Nikki Barbs or all this crazy weird Taylor Swifties and Jay-Z can do no wrong and y'all just want to take these people down and y'all are just jealous. No, baby. It is what it is. Okay? It is what it is. So, it is. So, like I said, once you know what you're looking at, mhm, mhm. People be out here talking about there are no ethical billionaires. That means Beyonce and Rihanna too. It means them too. It means them too. So, yeah, because that's what it is. The birth of Venus is absolutely y'all see Jasmine as this, right? So let's just do birth of Venus painting, and you'll see this is what it looks like. That is absolutely Jasmine, the shell, right? The long hair, and that's absolutely was the birth of Venus. That is playing homage to this painting right here. This painting by Botticelli. That's absolutely what that is. That's absolutely what this is. That's absolutely she was paying homage to this. She was being Venus paying homage to this with the shell, the pearls. That's absolutely what it was. Yeah, people pick and choose it. It's ridiculous. Yeah, but that's absolutely what it is. That's absolutely what it is. So, like I said, don't let these people play in your face. And when these people out here having cognitive dissonance and their brains are blowing up because they don't want to believe that it's their other people, or listen, you just got to leave those people where they are because they don't want to deal with reality, the reality of what is going on in society. Yeah, it's a seashell. Yeah, it's a seashell. Exactly. And this is why, and see, another reason, let me tell y'all something. People don't like Shira 7 because what does Shira 7 say? And it's unfortunate, but this is the world that we live in. Q is not saying to take advantage of people, but Shira 7 be saying stop playing fair in an unfair world. This world is not fair. I'm not saying you go out there and you shit on people. I'm not saying it at all. But learn, use some magic, have you an extra tool on hand to help you navigate bullshit in this life and help you get you and your family what you need. So you are doing more than surviving so that you are thriving. Okay. People don't like Shira 7 because her her message is glamour magic. It's glamour magic. It's glamour magic against the patriarchy. Okay. That's why people don't like her. She be straight up telling people what it is. Okay. People want, and here's the cognitive dissonance. There are so many women saying they want women's rights and they want women to be better. Okay. Shira is saying use your glamour magic, use your tools to put yourself in the best position where you don't have to struggle so that if you want children, your children don't have to struggle. And people be mad at that. She see through the game. She absolutely is a worker. She sees through the game. And she tells women openly, they are not playing fair. They just want to use you. So use your beauty, look good, and be taken care of. And have you a business on the side so you have you some money so that your children, she be saying it. Healthcare costs money. Good schools cost money. Living in a decent house costs money. We didn't build this, you and I didn't build the world to need money like this, but this is the world that we live in. So use your tools to your advantage. Right. Absolutely. Kim says they sell moral to the common world for a reason. They need to keep people psychologically in. Exactly. Exactly. Yep, they sell morals to the commoner for a reason. And like I said, I'm not saying to just shit on people. I'm not saying cheat. I'm not saying lie. I'm not saying do any of that. You can still do magic and do what you need to do and, not be shitting on people, right? You can look out for number one without stepping on number two, right? That's what my husband always says. You can use this magic to get this money and stuff. I'm not saying you got to cheat people out of it. I'm not saying you got to throw people under the bus. I'm not saying curse and hex people to do it. I'm not saying that. But get you a tool, an extra tool in your tool belt. So when people come telling you some bullshit, okay, you can use your tool to get the help that you need. Period. 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 Let me tell you. Let me tell you. I I knew who she was since like 2017. I was just like, you know what, you're right. 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 You can put yourself first without harming other people. That don't mean you're throwing other people under the bus. But there's nothing wrong with protecting yourself and providing for yourself. I'm not saying drug people and steal their money. No, absolutely don't do that. That's wrong. But if you got you a tool, okay, that can help you get a raise at work so that you can earn extra money to save extra money or have that money to open a business or something, do that. If you're trying to start a business and you need to secure a business loan, you better use your magic. Okay. They need to stop. I keep telling people. Listen, I'm telling you. Right. And see, now some of the men are getting hip to the game. So that's why I say you absolutely have to use your protection. Okay. And if you need to, start yourself a coven. Like, I'm not even bullshitting. People, other women that you would absolutely trust, so y'all can get together and do work for each other or, something like that. Because I told y'all, we had the stream on it that the men are out here doing the magic too. The issue is that the men are out here doing the magic because they're just thinking about sex. The Dusties are just thinking about sex. The actual people, the celebs, the politicians, stuff like that, they're doing the other magic. They're protecting them and getting the money and shit. And yes, some of them are doing fucked up shit with it too. But the Dusties, they're just doing it to get sex. Mm-mm. I keep telling y'all. I keep telling y'all. I keep telling y'all. Right. Starry Eye said she used it. She got money for school. Yes. Amen, Starry Eye. Amen. So understand that it's all around us in society. But yeah, the dusty men are out here just trying to get some sex. That's all they good for. The Dusties. Okay. My husband just called me and told me, like, yeah, he's excited about this new way. He gonna make us some more money. Okay. So we can go do what we need to do and just live the rest of our lives happily. The Dusties are out here looking for sex. But like I said, I'm telling y'all, society is based on this. I be looking at this shit every day. Every day. Amen. Amen. Sleepy B said, I use magic to secure my current house. Listen, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. They tell everybody else to do that fucking bullshit. Okay? They tell everybody else to do that bullshit. While they out here, I keep telling y'all. Like I said, you ain't gotta listen to Q. But just understand the game. Understand the game. Understand the game. I want y'all to understand the game. Okay? Understand the game. Period. Yes, yes, Natasha. She said, me too. That's how I got my house. Yes. Ladies, give yourselves a round of fucking applause. Absolutely. Yes. 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 Donna says, I've been using perfume along with my glamour magic. And oh, the way it was hitting. Yes, girl. Yes. Kim says, I have attempted to gauge women around me to share Shira Seven's advice. It's been listen, all you can do it. Listen, you can lead a horse to water, you cannot make them drink. And this is so true. You can lead a horse to water, but you cannot make them drink. Okay? It just is what it is. Excuse me. D-Dub said, I'm an essential federal worker. I'm going to need a crash course if this shutdown lasts much longer. Listen, listen, I hear you. You may want to start because let me tell y'all what's going on right now. And I'm going to say this in a roundabout way. Someone is out here laundering money. This is money laundering. And the money laundering is going through who? Argentina. This is money laundering. Okay? This is money laundering, and this is the shit to try to be a catalyst to jump certain things off nationwide. That's all this is. That's why I keep telling y'all the United States has to deal with what it has to deal with, and it has to, some shit has to get worse before it gets better. But if you have been looking at the writing on the wall, the astrologer's been, listen, part of the reason why Q looks at certain things too, especially astrology, is because you need to understand patterns and repetitions, okay? Them planets gonna do what they gonna do, and it just is what it is, okay? So understanding, knowing that the United States, okay, was having its, when Pluto was moving into Aquarius, and knowing that the United States, um, Uranus return was coming up, okay, and it's going to be more exact next year, July of 2026. I understood that that meant massive change for this country, okay? I knew that. And I knew, seeing um the current president, okay, and all this stuff, I knew that he's absolutely part of it. Okay, absolutely part of it. I didn't know who was going to win the election. I really didn't know because both of them, it was looking really good, but certain things have to happen. Okay, I'm not saying be scared. What I'm saying is certain things have to happen. Okay, it just is what it is. You best believe that things may look a little different, like I said, in the next 10 to 20 years. So all of this, you once you understand what's going on, okay, then you understand what's going on. Okay. So I say that to say, D-Dub, if you understand, and listen, I'm not really here for any person, right? I'm not here for anybody. But what I will say is that this group, because all of them are racist, all of them are, whatever, whatever, whatever. But this particular group, the things that they were thinking that they were going to undo and do even more so to Black people, I don't understand why anyone is going into the military right now or being tied to the government right now if you don't have to be. So you may want to look at another line of work, something that's not tied to this. So, mhm. That's right, girl. Get what you need. Yes. Yes. Natasha says, I have learned not to teach anything unless asked. Same. Same. Y'all know, listen, y'all know Q has been saying the same thing for the past 2 years. Get your money. Q has been saying it for the past 2 years. And with what's going on with this shutdown and people potentially losing their benefits and stuff like that, mhm, we need money to buy food. So, yeah. Mhm, mhm, yeah. So, nothing surprises me anymore. Uh, Listen, it's yeah. It's a couple of videos. I'm gonna put the link to a video in the chat that I want y'all to look at. This is a channel that I subscribe to on YouTube. There's a channel I subscribe to on YouTube, and I really like the work that he does because the work that he does, his YouTube videos is just like, yep, 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 that makes sense. I'm gonna put the link to a video here in the chat, and you all, click on it or save it or whatever when but absolutely. Let me do this. Let me click real quick. Okay. So yeah, let me put this in the chat. The name of the channel is Upper Echelon. But yeah, watch that video and just know that these people just be lying. And then just be lying. You said I'm picking up what you're putting down. Yeah, yeah. You said, is it gonna look better in 10 or 20 years or worse? That's gonna be relative. It's gonna be relative. It may look better for some people, it may not. It depends on what you value and what you are aligned with. I can't tell you, but there's a great possibility that it may be different. But different for you is good for one person, good, not good for another person. It just really depends. I can't tell you that. I couldn't tell you that. Hey Mons, hey girl, how you doing? Yeah, and listen, you people need to understand that, you know, listen, the United States is no longer in the top 10 for passports. We have fallen out of the top 10 for passports. So if any of y'all are able to get some dual citizenship, I mean, talk amongst that with your family. Um, you know, you may want to look at some dual citizenship. There's nothing wrong with having a backup. It's like being a two-car household. One car go down, you have another one. Nothing wrong with that. Amen. I heard that. Hmm. Yes. A lot of Nazis hid out in Argentina. Yes. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. But like I said, it's listen, like I said, that's gonna be relative. It's gonna be different for everyone. It's gonna be different for everyone. Like, you know, it's gonna be different for everyone. Like I said, I'm not telling you to be afraid. Like I said, use your magic, do your protection, get yourself together, get the resources that you need, right? But because I'm not afraid. I just see what's going on. right? I'm not afraid. I just see what's going on, right? And if you choose to want to go somewhere else, then make that a plan and use your magic to be able to go somewhere else. If you want to stay here, use your magic to, put you up in the best position here in the United States. But like I said, mm, so, you know. So yeah, but like I said, society, the world around us is absolutely built on this. Same thing y'all remember last year when they were crying about the Olympics? Talk about, oh my God, the Olympics, these are pagans. And I pulled up all the previous years where they do the opening pagan ceremonial ritual opening the Olympics. What y'all think y'all been doing since the 20s and 30s? It's been the same shit since the 20s and 30s. They just want to cry now. No, baby, it's everywhere. It's been here. This has been it. It's been this. Ooh, I'm hungry. Um, it's been this. They wanted to cry about it in the Last Supper night here last year, and Q pulled up the receipt. Don't let these people try and tell you that no, it's no, baby. They're wrong. They're wrong. They're wrong. Hmm. Hmm. So now let me see. Did y'all have any more spiritual questions? I'm sorry, we kind of got off on a tangent, but yeah, we kind of got off on a tangent, but I did answer Donna's questions. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that was Donna was the last question. Y'all had any other questions about magic or spirituality or something we could talk about here at Q After Dark? Um, like I said, I keep telling y'all. I keep telling y'all. I know y'all listen, but listen, if there are people around you that don't want to listen, you have to think about how you want to interact with them, because sometimes if we allow people who can't see to be around us and influence us, we end up getting fucked up because they don't want to listen. So you have to choose. You have to absolutely choose who you allow in your circle, who you allow in your orbit. Make sure the people that you are dealing with, they are aligned with you. Okay. The whole equally yoked thing in the Bible, it's absolutely true. Okay. You need to be around people with the same type of mindset as you. So you all are achieving the same goals. Okay. You can help one another out. You can, y'all can manifest together, make yourself a coven, do whatever it is you have to do. But you cannot be around people who you are not aligned with. You just can't. You just can't. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. That's why, and that's why you can't tell people your business. I don't tell people a damn thing because their negativity, or they don't believe, or they don't think that they are worthy for goodness. They don't think that they are worthy to elevate or do more or be more. You can't be around those people. They will absolutely bring your shit down. They will absolutely bring your shit down. You can't tell them nothing. What you doing this weekend? Oh, I'm reading a book. I'm just doing some laundry. Yeah, I'm doing some laundry and going to get some groceries. That's all you tell they ass. That's all you tell them. That's all you tell them. Same like with the people at your workplace. Hey girl, what you doing this weekend? Yeah, there was a recipe I wanted to try. I think I'm gonna try this recipe. Oh, nothing. I'm just running errands. I gotta take my car to get an oil change. That's all you tell they ass. You don't, because them negative ass motherfuckers, they be negatively manifesting on your ass. Okay, so you have to surround yourself with people in the same circle as you, the same goals, same dreams. Know that they are worthy of goodness and luxury and being uplifted. And you can't be around motherfuckers who you are not energetically yoked. You just can't. You just can't. They will fuck your shit up. You can't bring them up. If they don't want to change, you have to leave them where they are. You have to leave them where they are. You can't carry everybody. And something that Q had to learn too is I had to learn that it is not my mission to try and bring everyone with me. It's not my mission to bring everyone with me. Everybody is not my magical project. Okay. I can tell people about stuff. It's up to them to move forward on that. Everybody can't come and everybody can't know. Okay. I'm not here to project fix everybody. I can't. And that's something that I had to learn. You really sometimes just have to leave people where they are and don't feel guilty about it because, unless there's someone who, struggling with like illness or something exacerbating an exacerbated situation to which, they really can't do something. If this is just a regular motherfucker that chooses not to, you have to leave them where they are and you have to move on. Okay. Kim says, I do not know anyone who knows what I know. When I think they know a smidgen, they do not. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You just have to leave people where they are, and that is okay. That is okay. That is okay. We're when we awaken and we are on our missions and we see what our spiritual truths are and we know what we have to do, sometimes you have to move forward. Okay. My good sis, starry eyed. Okay. She's in the chat. She says change is constant, growth is optional. It is up to them to choose whether or not they are going to do better and be better. Okay. It's up to them. Change is constant, growth is optional. So, and like I said, shout out to Starry Eye because she's the one who said that. The Starry Eyes quote that change is constant and growth is optional. So, shout out to Starry Eyed. So, it is what it is. It just is what it is, y'all. It really just is what it is. So, yeah. It really is. It just is what it is. So, did y'all have any other questions? Yeah. So, with this, situation potentially with the SNAP benefits being shut down for a lot of people, if you can volunteer at a food pantry, um, do what you can, within comfort, within reason for a fellow neighbor or for someone who may be in need. Um, it's just so many things just wrong with society. And it just like absolutely breaks my heart. I just read something and someone says that, it absolutely sickens me when we're seeing our elders, they can barely stand up, but they have to work at Walmart or something like that because they don't have enough money. And it's just like so disgusting. Like a lot of this society is so fucking disgusting. This is another reason why I keep telling y'all to make sure y'all are getting y'all money now, so that when it comes time for you to be in your golden years, you don't have to be a fucking greeter at Walmart, 75 years old and bent over. Okay? So, do what you can now to get yourself and get your shit together. You know? I mean, I don't know. I would advise, um, I would advise, you know, instead of a bank, a credit union, and I would advise you to have enough cash on hand. Okay. Do we remember? Do we remember earlier this week when the AWS servers were out? Do you remember earlier this week when the AWS servers were out? I'm not telling you to be afraid. I'm just saying that, make sure that you are prepared for various situations. I would advise you to have cash on hand because we live in such a technological world. And then we allow these monopolies, okay, including tech monopolies, that if one card disappears, the whole shit collapses. We saw that with AWS outage earlier this week. I would advise, for those who can, to have plenty of cash on hand. Yes, Mercury is about to retrograde. Uh-huh. Mercury is about to retrograde in Sagittarius. So, we all love a good Mercury retrograde where shit be fucked up with the networks, with computer systems, emails, communications, conversations, all that shit breaks down. Uh-huh. So, Mercury also rules the internet and internet commerce. So, get your shit together. Mhm. That is what I would advise. What the bank's going to do, I don't know. But just know that there is a difference between what the elites be out here doing, elites, aka the powers that be, and us. Okay? Okay. I know that's right. I know that's right. You listen, some of us, some of our parents and grandparents, if your parents are old enough, they was keeping that money in between the mattress. Ain't nothing wrong with a little money in between the mattress. Okay? Ain't nothing wrong with a little money in between the mattress. Okay? So, you know, just thought y'all should, just make sure you're understanding. Okay? If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So Mhm. Yeah. Mhm. Yes, 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 yes. Mhm. Mhm. Listen, ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. Mhm. Yeah, y'all. So, yeah. Did anybody have any other questions or comments about magic, spirituality, and stuff like that? Mhm. Right. Prayers for Jamaica. Prayers for Jamaica. Donna, I know you're Jamaican. I don't know if you have any family still in Jamaica, but definitely thinking about them. Definitely thinking about them in Jamaica because yeah, hurricane season. Hurricane season. Mhm. Hurricane season. So, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. If y'all got some people in Jamaica, you better be using your magic to try and protect them too. You know, do what you can. Do what you can. Sorry, I'm closing curtains in here. I need a snack. I think it's time to have some more sushi. It's time to have some more sushi. I am starving. Yeah, they prep. Yeah. I have so much food in this refrigerator. Where my chopsticks at? But yeah, so you like I said, just do what you can. That's what your magic is there for. Do what you can. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm sitting here like I'm starving. Goodness. I had curry and white rice. Listen, I had ramen and I had some sushi. Because I had a free meal today. So I love my free meals. Mm-hmm. Love my free meals. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Oh, so good. You said ramen getting expensive? Listen, all I know is Babe called me and he was like, we going to this restaurant. What you want? So I told him I wanted some ramen and I wanted some sushi. And then he came and brought me this food, this ramen and this sushi. He didn't pay for it. I didn't pay for it. Somebody else paid for it. And that's fine by me. So I love me a good free meal. I love me a good free meal. Okay, we say amen to a good free meal. Kim said, I was always curious about Obia growing up. Now it all makes sense since I am an adult about this curiosity. Yeah, I am not versed in Obia. I'm not trained in it, so I can't speak on it. But, you know, definitely ask your ancestors if they can lead you to someone who, you know, who you can specifically learn it from. I'm glad you all were enjoying the stream because, I do this for y'all. I really do YouTube for y'all to help y'all out. So it's not for me. It's really to help you all out. So I will help anyone who is open. That's crazy. It's greed. That's all it is. It's greed. Like, I know we need money to survive, but the greed has to stop. And listen, sometimes I'm just like, send the flood because I'm tired. Hmm. But yeah, like I said, society, they tell y'all to go do all the other bullshit and they doing the magic. They literally had Victoria's Secret Fashion Show 2024 and 2025 start in the hour of Venus. This is why I said they're never beating the allegations. They're absolutely magicians and warlocks. And since they out here doing their magic, you should do yours too. So that's all I'm saying. I couldn't believe that when I saw it. I mean, I believed it. I was shocked, but then I wasn't shocked because, like I said, they be playing in magic in everybody's faces. Only the people who are dumb or don't want to know are the ones who don't know what they're looking at. Thank you all so much for that. Mm-hmm. She said, I'm gonna keep an inflatable boat just in case. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. They absolutely are. And what's worse is they are the ones killing the planet. It's not us doing it. It's them killing the planet. It's not us. Though none of us have no damn factory or 2 and 3 factories. Mm? Listen, a person is smart. People are dumb. Remember that. I'm saying it again. A person is smart. People are dumb. And remember that the United States average reading level is that of a 6th grader. It's a 6th grade reading level on average here in the United States. Okay, so those of us that have our degrees and whatnot and finished high school and have our degrees, we're doing good out here. Reading comprehension is in hell. Okay, they can't comprehend, they can't infer, they can't read between the lines, they can't review data. Okay, they can't read cursive, they can't do basic math, add, addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. They can't look things up. They don't know how to research on the internet. They don't know what primary sources are. Understand, a person is smart, people are dumb. And part of the dumbing down of this country is it's part of the problem too. But like I said, make sure that you are recognizing what's going on so you can navigate around this shit. Kim says, I appreciate coming across streamers who are into the arts. Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Thank you for being here And thank you for subbing. I hope you stick around because this is literally what my channel is. I be trying to tell people stuff and they just be like, no, no, no. I'll be like, okay, girl. Okay, sir. I'm just out here trying to educate my ladies, especially my black ladies. I'm trying to educate and teach and stuff so that you all can have better chances and the odds are in your favor. Whatever it is that you're out there fighting or dealing with, patriarchy, racism, classism, elitism, whatever it is. I'm just trying to educate and teach so that people understand what the fuck is going on. Listen. It's crazy. And then like the whole age of influencers, and then we have the age of AI. It's a whole lot of AI going on out there, which is true. We have cult of personality. We have all this shit going on out here, and it's feeding into everything that's wrong. The comprehension, they don't even know what the word means. They don't know comprehension. They don't. You know, they can't even read with their finger. They can't even read with their finger. So that's why I said, like, when you see shit out here on the internet, understand that dead internet theory is a thing. Where a lot of the internet is just bots now. I think I saw it was like 30 to 60% of activity on the internet is bots and bot farms now. So it's not even like real people anymore. They're removing the information. Okay, so when you come across something online that is important, you need to print it out. You need to screenshot and keep it, because I have gone back to different articles and stuff that I saved and bookmarked. Okay, and they were gone. Remember, I told you all this was a couple years ago when we did the what stream was it? The stream, it was a tarot reading stream on oh god, what was that stream? It was the global something. And I told you all that information, it's going to be about information. What is information? What is real? What is true? The Great Reset. The Great Reset. Remember that stream from like 2022? So it was either 2022 or like early 2023. I told you all back then, a lot of this is going to be about information. And a lot of shit is disappearing. Okay, they're trying to get rid of the Wayback Machine. They are removing shit offline, dismantling the Department of Ed. I did not know that Project 2025 was going to come up with the dismantling of the Department of Education and removing all these books and stuff like that. I told you all then, part of the Great Reset is going to be about information. Q was right. Okay, without information, you can't make proper decisions. If people can't read, if they can't comprehend, you can get swindled, right? So, listen, it's a bunch of people out here that be out here, they're in college and they can't research past the first page on Google. They don't even think to do that. They don't even know what to type in to search and find something. So, I told you all it's going to be about information. Okay. Yes. Well, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you being here. I had not seen your name before. But listen, you're always welcome over here. We be chilling over here. Part of the United States. Okay, United States is not a community-oriented place. It's not, it's individualistic. It's individualistic. You remember that stream? Y'all remember? Back when you were Love's Disciple? Okay, girl. Yeah, I did that. That was, gosh, was it 2 years ago? I told y'all information. This shit was literally in Project 2025 for people to read, and now people are walking around with the shocked Pikachu face. Oh my God, I didn't think. That's because you can't fucking read. And anybody who thought this was going to anyway, I'm not gonna get into it. People are dumb. A person is smart, people are dumb. So all these people, yeah, we're gonna be tough on crime, this on that. You can't be tough on crime when the fucking president is a convicted felon. So you just can't. Oh, this ginger is spicy. So you just have to leave people where they are. Yes, it's sad, but it is what it is. So, all right. I know it's super late. Did anybody have any questions? Any other questions before I get out of here? Because we've been here for 3 hours and 43 minutes. Any other questions? Any last questions before I get out of here? I am happy to answer them or share my thoughts and opinions. Let me get rid of this. Put myself back up on my cute little background. And put the comments back. Yeah. Yeah. So just let me know, like I said, before I get out of here. Or y'all asleep. I know if y'all are asleep. It's 9:52 where I am. I know it's late on the East Coast for people who are on the East Coast. I know it's late for you all, but I do appreciate you all hanging out with me. This is probably one of the longest streams that I have. Y'all know my streams are normally like an hour and a half. I do not like to try and commandeer people's time because I know people have things to do. I do not sit around here on YouTube trying to, one thing I don't do as a content creator is I do not try to lure you in, if that makes sense. I'm not trying to lure you in. I'm literally just here to share information. That's it. That's all. I don't try to lure you in. I don't do that. If people choose to watch me, they choose to watch me. If they don't, that's fine too. Because I always know that the people that I'm meant to help, they will find me. So, y'all gotta remind me to tell y'all. So I'm booked to. I'm doing some house parties next week. Reading tarot at some house parties next week. And one person was trying to go back and forth with me and haggle with me on the pricing. So y'all got to remind me to tell you all how that goes. They tried it, but they did not win. So like I said, y'all got to remind me to tell y'all about that. Y'all got to remind me to tell y'all about that. I will let y'all know how that goes. Yeah. So, okay. So if there are no more questions, okay, cool. Yes, Kim. Love to have you here. Please continue to visit. Feel free to comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you like the community over here, we are a small community, but we good. We good over here. I appreciate you too. She said she about to be asleep. I know you sleep. Sleepy B, I know where you are. Yes, thank you so much, Kim. Yeah, they tried to play me. Let's talk about some, I was like, yeah, okay. Listen, this is the price. This is what it is. You're either gonna book me or you're not. Oh, well, I don't have the budget for that. Well, I definitely understand that. I may not be the reader for you. Have a good day. Well, can you still, ma'am, sir? This is the price. This is the price. Okay. This is the price. They ended up booking. So yeah, I'm gonna have to, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remind me to tell y'all about that. Okay. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get out of here. I love y'all. Please enjoy the rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I will be back with you all on Monday. Okay, Monday. Not tomorrow. It's gonna be Monday. Okay. So I love y'all. If y'all see me in the internet streets, say hi. Say hi. I love y'all. Listen. They were really pissing me off. I'm like, why are you even remember when I said like earlier, like, why do people be talking to me? Why are you even talking to me if you don't like my pricing? Just stop talking to me. The only reason I really was replying because I hate seeing like the little your icon, your app icon tells you how many messages you got. The only reason I really was replying to this person was so I can remove, the little badge telling me I got 2 messages in here. Why are you even fucking talking to me if you don't like my pricing? You gonna book or not? They tried it. They ended up booking. So, like I said, remind me to tell y'all how they go. We gonna see. All right, y'all. Bye. I'm out.